is absolutely beautiful now as the game is set to kick off. And there are a lot of people here. They just haven't come in the stadium yet, but that parking lot is filled to the gills. Another homecoming, Carl, and there's nothing like it here at UAPB.
I tell you, UAPB's homecoming is unlike any other homecoming, perhaps in the country. The activity started last Sunday, and they won't conclude until sometime in the wee hours of the morning tonight.
Well, the opening kickoff, it's going to go to the Golden Lions as we are underway, a short kickoff, and it's going to be taken about up the 15-yard line, and Marvante King with a pretty good return as he was kind of stutter-stepping around the 20 and then hit a little seam, and we're going to mark him down at about the 32-yard line, and that's how we start this football game. So the Golden Lions coming in, Carl, a hot team looking for their third win in a row. It's been a while since we've been able to say that, but the team is starting really to fire on all cylinders offensively right now.
Well, they are perhaps one of the hottest offensive ball clubs in the conference.
Went to more of a spread attack the last couple of weeks, and it's paid off. Here's a handoff, stretch play left side, and gain of just a couple for Hanley, who has solidified his spot as the #1 running back on the team. 2 games in a row with well over 150 yards in both games, and at 179 at halftime with that win at Texas Southern, another big game last week. And of course, Willie Young has had back-to-back monster games as well, and he is a player to be reckoned with. You know, they're looking for him to go deep here in this game. He will line up wide to the left here. There's a draw straight ahead, big hole, lowers his shoulder, and Hanley rips off about 13, maybe 14 yards and a first down near midfield.
Well, when you talk about this UAPB offense, it's a three-headed monster. When you talk about quarterback Ben Anderson, Willie Young, the receiver, and Brian Hanley, the running back, but those big guys in front there, the offensive line, they're opening up some huge holes for this offensive unit. And that run there, Mikael Carter, the senior right tackle rather, opened up a huge hole for Hanley to get through.
Shotgun here, 4 receiver set. Gonna run it again with Hanley. A little bit of running room over the middle there, 2, maybe 3 yards. Bring up second down here. Just underway, 13:40 to go. Here in the opening drive of the ball game, UAPB and Prairie View A&M. Prairie View in those road jerseys with that military camo look. It looks pretty cool. So they do that every once in a while. Of course, UAPB in their home. Black tops and pants, of course, the black helmets with the gold.
But this UAPB and Prairie View football game, Tim, has turned out to be somewhat of a rivalry.
Looking for a high-scoring game here today. Here's the fake handoff, and Anderson's got something here. 40 at the Prairie View 30, looks for a block downfield, and he's all the way down to the Prairie View 23-yard line. And a huge gain of about 27 yards there for the quarterback, Ben Anderson, the dual threat. And that time he gets it done with his legs, and he's so dangerous.
Yeah, Tim, that was a design run by Ben Anderson, and Ben is perhaps the best pass run quarterback in the conference.
Shotgun formation again here for Ben as they spread them out with 4 receivers. You got King and Ferguson on the right side. Looks like Hawthorne and Willie Young to the left. Hanley, the lone back, just to the left of Anderson in the shotgun. And gonna have a dead ball here. Could be a false start.
Could be a delayed game penalty, I believe.
Which is kind of mind-boggling because they hurried up to the line of scrimmage and then let the play clock run all the way down and didn't get it snapped. They were at the line of scrimmage with no huddle. You don't see a delay a game with a no huddle. I don't know if I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's happened before, but it's very rare to say the least. Now they'll stack up 3 receivers right side with Willie Young, the lone receiver. Maybe looking for that man-on-man coverage out there. Leave him on an island, and Willie Young will burn you. They got man-to-man coverage. They were looking his way, and Anderson, the pocket collapses. He loses the football. It's still loose. A pile up for it, and let's see, Prairie View may have gotten it, and they have. My goodness. They were looking to go to Young with one-on-one coverage, but the pocket collapsed rather quickly on Anderson. He got hit in the pocket, fumbled the football, And Prairie View comes up with it.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because it was the beginning of a good-looking drive for the Golden Lions, and somebody, you very seldom see Ben Anderson fumble the football. That might have been his first fumble all year.
That's a tough break. They were driving. Had a great drive going and had the matchup they wanted. Willie Young in man coverage. Nevertheless, here come the Panthers now and their first crack at it. Jerry Lovelock, and a quarterback shotgun, and they'll spread it out as well. They fake the handoff, throws out of the pocket, and got a short gain over on the left side as Andre Mitchell comes up with a nice open field tackle, gain of about 3.
Tim, kind of like the ice cream being in Jerry. Jerry Lovelock and Ben Anderson rated perhaps the top 2 quarterbacks in the conference. And of course, Ben came in season as preseason Offensive Player of the Year honors.
I like that, Ben and Jerry. We're gonna have a lot of Ben and Jerry today. Here is Lovelock, gets away from one man, throws off his back foot, got a man complete in UAPB territory at the 47-yard line. A first down for Prairie View.
Well, the cornerback David White really got turned around that play, and the receiver was really wide open.
So Lovelock hurries up. They'll run a spread attack as well. 3 receivers to left. He's going to throw left. Got a man open in the slot. Wide open. Nice move at the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. And a gain of about 17 and a first down there for Prairie View. And they're going to put up some points. They have a high-powered offense. So does UAPB. That's why I was saying earlier, I expect this to be a high-scoring game today.
Well, it's going to be a run and shoot affair.
Shotgun snap. Lovelock's going to hand it off. A draw play. Big hole. 20, 15. And Jared Turner comes up with the hit, but not before the running back picks up about 14 yards. It's Jonta Hebert. And he rips off a nice gain, and all of a sudden, the Panthers are in the UAPB red zone here at the 14-yard line, first down and 10.
Well, Prairie View is averaging 34.6 points a ball game, so that means that they're putting up some offense.
Shotgun snap, Lovelock, fade in the back of the end zone, well defended, however, and it falls incomplete. And they were trying to see who they were going to there, but it was good coverage by David White as he had man coverage there out on the right side. And that was Greg Thurman they were trying to go to out there. So second down and 10 now. UAPB showing blitz. They were off sides or a false start. Either one, they were going with the same play. As they blow it dead.
I believe that Gentrell Woodfall might have jumped off sides there premature.
Wait and see what our head referee's got. False start. So that's going to back Prairie View up to about close to the 19-yard line. Make it second down and 15. As we are here at homecoming today. And it's been packed all week. Our crew has been more than busy. Again, they hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and then teams do this a lot, I guess, to get a look and see what the defense is going to do and then make some adjustments. Play clock's down to 6 here. Gold Lions showing blitz, bringing the heat, pump fake. Lovelock's going to run it, got a little room, and taken down by Mosley. Nice open field play for the freshman safety. Comes in and got the spotting down close to the 11. Bring up third down. And about 7, maybe 8.
Yeah, Moses is a true freshman out of Memphis, went to Craigmont High School. He's been very impressive.
Little swing pass out of the backfield. It was a forward pass. It falls incomplete. Golden Lions tried to jump on it, but it was a forward pass. So the Golden Lions do a good job of holding Prairie View to a field goal chance here, as Prairie View got down close to the 10-yard line. But ever since they got that penalty, they kind of threw Prairie View off a little bit. Just that one false start penalty made it 2nd and 15. They weren't able to recover from that. So it's going to be off the left hash mark, and it's going to be about a 28-yard attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:20 to go here in the first quarter, for our TV viewers, we'll step aside here. 3-0 Prairie View leading the Golden Lions. UAPB will receive the kickoff when we come back.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Prairie View set to kick it away here. As we're early in the first quarter, the Golden Lions had a really nice first drive before Ben Anderson was sacked and fumbled the football deep in Panther territory. The Panthers drove it down the field, ended up kicking a short 28-yard field goal to jump ahead 3-0. That's where we are right now. King is the deep man. They kick it left this time. It's going to be in the end zone. And downing it for the Golden Lions. It's going to be John Hawkins who takes a knee, and it'll be a touchback.
Tim, homecoming is a very special event at UAPB, and it's something that we're not talking about South Africa, and we were just talking about the fact that there's too many homecomings, and you have people coming all throughout the country.
No question about it. We saw a lot of them at the Alumni Assembly yesterday as it was packed in there. Here's a delayed handoff to Hanley, and he's not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard or two. As the Golden Lions playing back-to-back home games for the first time this season, looking for their third win in a row today. They'll head to take on the high-powered Braves of Alcorn. They've got it rolling this year. That'll be next week in Alcorn, Mississippi, before closing out here at home the weekend before Thanksgiving against Alabama A&M. Going to throw it right at Ferguson. He's going to have to shake and bake and make it look. Does fall forward, 6'5" body. When you get over the 30 to the 31-yard line, pick up a positive gain, but third down about 4.
Well, Prairie View is very young on the corners. They have two redshirt freshman cornerbacks, Jordan Holland, and the other redshirt is Foster Brown. So if UAPB is going to attack Prairie View with the passing game, I think they can really do it, testing some of those young cornerbacks.
Golden Lions have a 4-receiver look, 3 to the left. Ferguson. Check that. It's going to be Willie Young right. Going to throw a slant over the middle. It is caught for a first down. A 40-yard line. As O'Shea on the catch. As they tried to go deep on the edges, they run it. It was wide open.
Yeah, O'Shea, I'll tell you what, he's a senior, out of Los Angeles with the Cathedral High School, but he's had an up and down season for the career for UAPB, but he's the kind of guy that he's like another Willie Young. He's a deep threat. He has very good speed.
It's going to be a zone read taken by Anderson to the 44-yard line. Run it himself. A lot of teams do that out of the spread attack. That seems where Ben Anderson's most comfortable, as he's really come alive the last couple of weeks since they've gone back to that.
Yeah, he has. Ben's been around for so long. He's a 5th-year senior.
He's 2nd down and 6 here, Carl.
He's mature. He has matured and developed so much since coming out of Little Rock Parkview High School. 5 years ago.
Fake the handoff. Anderson trying to get out of the pocket. Throw off his back foot and just throw it away. Those in out of bounds. Third down and 6. Good job there by the linebacker to still off the edge there and force it to put away.
Especially outside linebacker Jerome Howard. He's a senior. He's a 3-year starter, 6 feet, 222 pounds, and he pretty much anchors that linebacker.
So third down and 6 here for the Golden Lions at their own 44-yard line, trailing 3-0 to Prairie View. Shotgun snap, stepping up in the pocket, got some running room and sliding for the first down. Took a pretty good hit there, but he slides forward to the 49. Prairie View, first down for the Golden Lions.
This makes great decisions. There have been times that during his redshirt freshman year, Ben had a tendency of forcing the pass when it wasn't there, but now he knows how to use his legs now.
Anderson again out of the shotgun. Four receivers here. Wide right is Willie Young. Wide left is King. Two of the fastest receivers in the SWAC. They'll hand it off out of this shotgun formation and straight ahead for a gain of a couple. It was Hanley. Wasn't much there.
Pretty much kind of clogged at the middle there. UAPB has a lineman who's coming out limping. He's still in the ball game. Twan Brown, 6'3", 290 pounds. From the Minnesota West Community College there. He's originally from Detroit now. Until when you look at that parking lot here, you might have a couple thousand people sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah, no kidding. Second down and 8 coming up here. Gonna throw it. Steps up in the pocket, over the middle, and boy, it was well defended. Had 2 linebackers right over the middle as it was intended for Ferguson. Lucky that ball wasn't tipped and picked off.
I didn't catch that number. I didn't catch the number who came up and almost picked it off. It's a good tip there.
So it's going to be third down and 8 now for the Golden Lions. As they have the football at the Prairie View 47-yard line. They make the handoff. Blitz coming, but running out of problems, and the first down and more, diving to the 35-yard line is Ben Anderson. And again, pocket collapses, feels the presence of the blitz coming, and attacks it.
I tell you, Mikhail Carter, he just been an outstanding left tackle. He plays left and right tackle. He's done an outstanding job. And again, he threw another key block there to bring up a little crease, open a crease for Ben Anderson.
Shotgun snap here on first down. Hanley goes left, cuts back right, dives forward to the 32. And about 6 minutes to go here in the first. 3-0. Prairie View A&M leading. The Golden Lions, their second straight drive, starting to get deep into Prairie View territory, but still looking for their first points of the ball game.
Well, right now, the Golden Lions, they're in field goal range, the Tyler Strickland range. He can go 50 yards plus. But ideally, if you can't pick up the first down, you need about 3-4 more yards.
Have a false start here on the Golden Lions. That's going to back them up. Yeah, I'm looking down at this crowd. I still see plenty of seats available, and I don't see a parking spot. Maybe you get one at all time, but there's not a parking spot anywhere close to this stadium open. And good to see all those RVs out there filled up. They'll be rocking and eating and celebrating homecoming until late tonight. Golden Lions, after that penalty, second down and 12 from the 37. Sprint right, go back left. They set up the screen or the little looked like a screen at first, but slipping out of that was C.J. Branch, and Branch was blocking on the play as they sold the play to the right, then he went back left with it, and Branch is big, strong, solid. He's a winning player, and he can play a lot of different positions, and set up a 3 here.
You know, he's just a real well. He was signed 4 years ago at Washington Chapel High School here in Pine Bluff as a quarterback and switched over two seasons ago as a tight end.
3rd down and 3, fake the handoff. Going right, diving for it. They were going for Branch again. There was some contact there, but if he would have looked back left, he had Hanley wide open out here in the flat. Would have had an easy 1st down, but tried to force a pass in there to Branch where he had to dive for it and couldn't hang on to it. And the Golden Lions are going to attempt a long field goal here. This is going to be about a 45-yard attempt off the left hash mark.
And Branch gets up off the ground and he's a deep snapper.
Yep, he's the deep snapper, and Nieheiser will be holding here, and he's done a really good job at that. Good snap, good hold. The kick is long enough, and it is good. 45-yarder for Tyler Strickland comes up with a big 3 in special teams, and with that, we are tied at 3. UAPB and Prairie View here at homecoming in Pine Bluff. 4:39 to play, 1st quarter. We'll have the kickoff right back in a moment.
The odds of becoming a successful NASCAR driver, 1 in 125 billion. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here. 3-3 our score after the Tyler Strickland 45-yard field goal was good to cap off that drive for the Golden Lions. They didn't get 7. It's good to see them put on the scoreboard and get a little bit of something out of those drives that they're putting up.
Gives us some momentum offensively. Keeps your head, keeps you in the floor of the football game.
Strickland set to kick it away here. And it's going to be taken from the 5. Prairie View over the 15. Big hole, 30, 40, and finally taken down at about the 45-yard line by the Golden Lions. Dekeon Clinch, and a nice return there.
That's kind of saw that whole they saw a crease right in the middle and had that big saving tackle by Clinch.
A week ago,
yeah,
saving a touchdown. It's a Lovelock, and the Panthers back out on the field here. They'll take over. They'll spot it at their own 42. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Hebert, the lone back, going to throw it left, and the ball, a jump ball, is caught at 35 of UAPB, and Mitchell finally brings him down about 33. Had that man coverage out there on the corner with Mitchell, making a nice catch. That was Rayshawn Givens.
He's a redshirt freshman, 6'3", 190 pounds, with Eisenhower High School there in Houston. Very popular high school there.
Shotgun snap. And off straight ahead, big hole, Hebert. That ball comes loose, and jumping on it is Prairie View at the 23, but at the tail end of that, Hebert took a pretty good shot. And the ball was knocked loose. He ripped off about 12 yards and got hit hard, and then all of a sudden, ball's free, but a alert offensive lineman for Prairie View jumps on it.
He felt that hit because Jared Turner made that hit. When Jared Turner pops you, you're going to feel it.
No question about it. 1st down for the Panthers here at the Golden Lion 22-yard line. 1st and 10, under 4 minutes to go now, 1st quarter, tied at 3. Golden Lions showing blitz off the left. They're going to go man-to-man with Givens and Mitchell again. This time it's going to be complete on now. The flag is coming way after the play. Goodness. Maybe about 5 or 6 seconds after the play was over, they throw a flag. He wasn't even the closest referee who threw it. Interesting.
Because it was thrown on Prairie View sideline, side of the field. I don't know if the coaches, sometimes coaches can bait an official into throwing a flag, but it was.
Maybe they'll pick it up here. We'll see what they come up with.
I can't understand the lengthy discussion of it. Wow. 15, that's a personal foul penalty. Not a personal foul, pass interference.
Okay.
Pass interference.
That's highly questionable. And Monty Coleman's got his headset off, both hands in the air, saying, what in the world's going on here?
Don't burn the timeout, Coach Coleman.
And they're coming over to talk to Monty, and he was about 10 yards out on the field, and they bring him back to the sideline here, but I can understand why he's not too happy about that call. With 3:48 to play here in the first, and we're tied at 3, and Prairie View given a generous pass interference call here, and it's going to set up first down and goal for the Panthers at the Golden Lions 7. So here we go. 3 receivers right side. Hebert the lone back. And they're going to keep it at the quarterback. Bluff is taken down right at the 5, 6. Golden Lions did a nice job of reading that play there.
He's a transfer from Country Coastal Community College down in Oakland.
This time they'll give it to Hebert, sweeping left side. A flag has come in here, usually in the area of holding. He was just short of the goal line, about the 1. The flag was thrown early in that run.
I think the left guard there who's pulling going to get penalized. So that's Wesley Slater. Yeah, he's going to be penalized for holding. He's a redshirt sophomore with the Madison High School there in Houston. You know, Prairie View gets a lot of football players from the Houston area. Of course, you know, Prairie View is only about 45-minute drive from Houston. Beautiful campus.
It is. Here they got a new sports complex, a new football stadium coming in a couple of years, and it's supposed to be
state of the art.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very, very nice. I'm sure we'll enjoy that as well, because it's the worst road broadcast I've ever experienced. The last 3 trips there have been awful, and they desperately needed a new stadium. Here's a delayed handoff. It's Hebert going left, and he's got the corner, the 5, and he's got a touchdown. Boy, he is quick. Made a nice little cut move at about the 15, and he turned the Jets on that corner there, left side of the field, and took it to pay dirt for a touchdown.
Yeah, he had a lot of real estate in front of him. It was a really good run by you there.
So with 2:42 to play here in the first, Prairie View scores the first touchdown. They lead it 9-3 with the PAT coming up.
But Tim, that pass interference penalty kind of set the tone for.
Extra point is good. Boy, I tell you, Jared Turner gets so close every time to block him. He's got a couple this year. They nearly cut him there. 2:42 to go. Step aside. The Panthers of Prairie View leading UAPB 10-3. Late first quarter.
Don't worry. 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
10-3. Prairie View with a 7-point lead. 2:42 to go. Late first quarter. Tim Stoltz, Carl Wimmer. got loose there. I want to say a special thanks to Randy Kelly, and had a chance once again to enjoy these awesome sandwiches provided by Randy Kelly and prepared by Miss Thomas over at Thomas Groceries and Gifts. And been over there a few times and make some of the best sandwiches in town.
Did you try the chicken salad?
Not yet. Yeah, I'm a smoked turkey guy, so.
Try the big guy. Try the chicken salad.
Okay. I
Once
hear
you try it, you'll get hooked on it.
All right. Rolling right and tripped up and trying to get rid of it. Looking for intentional grounding, but he was outside the pocket. On the grounding ball. Now they throw the flag as they get talked into it again. It's just, are you kidding me? These late flags. The player was right there talking with the official, and then it's like after he said his piece, he decided to throw the flag. He talked him into it. So intentional grounding, that's going to be a big loss of down and big yardage.
Initially, Tim, I thought about intentional grounding, but you talk about 7, 8, maybe 9 seconds had gone by before the official pull out the flag.
So now it's a second down and 25. Shotgun snap here. Stepping up in the pocket up the left side, and Anderson's going to be sacked. Anderson, flag comes in at the tail end of the play again. We have had a lot of penalty flags here in the first quarter. It's been a slow-moving first quarter with all these penalties.
That's what the defensive holding there against Prairie View.
The coverage was too good. Downfield is
the linebacker, Caleb Williams. Yeah, Caleb Williams, the linebacker. Who held my right key as he's running out the backfield.
So with 2:19 to play here in the first quarter. 10-3 Prairie View with the lead, and instead of a sack, it's going to be a defensive holding. Yeah, so that's how you get out of a second 25. All of a sudden, even Steven. So just like that, at the 35 now, that changes the complexion of this drive and the momentum of the game possibly. It's a big shift there as UAPB will have a 1st and 10 here at their own 35. Trailing Prairie View 10-3, 2:18 to play first quarter. Handoff, boy, Hanley had nowhere to go as he ran into his own man. He got shoved deep in the backfield, and that play is going nowhere fast.
Well, Prairie View is pretty soft here up front, and led by the defensive tackle there, the right tackle. He's 6'3", 260 pounds. There's an injured goal line on the field.
Break in the action.
That's the center, too.
For the Golden Lions, it looks like Todrick Pamplin. It was a loss of 3 on the carry as Pamplin got shoved back in the backfield, and Hanley actually ran right into the back of him.
Yeah, Pamplin is 6'2", 305 pounds. He's a redshirt junior. He's out of West Memphis High School where he dominated the offensive line as a 3-year starter there for West Memphis. He started every game last season at center. He's an intelligent player too, Tim. He carries about a 3.0 grade point average done. He's an outstanding young man. Now replacing him at center, you always have to worry about the snap, is Terrence Knight, who's a very gifted athlete.
So second down and 13 coming up here for UAPB. Step it up in the pocket. Again, the pocket collapses, and Anderson sacked again. As that Prairie View defense has done a nice job of containing Ben Anderson. That's the third time they've gotten to him today for a sack, and it's going to be third down in a little over 20 here.
Well, Prairie View came with an all-out blitz there, and with now being third and forever.
So third and 21.
You can imagine that they're going to probably come with another blitz. But Knighton has replaced Paplin as the center. Knighton is a sophomore out of Birmingham Community High School there in Los Angeles.
Play clock was down to 0 here, and UAPB may have called a timeout. So 58 seconds left. We'll keep it here, a timeout on the field. And 58 seconds to go, late first quarter, 10-3. Prairie View with the touchdown lead. And the Golden Lions a little slow out of the gates here today. Had a couple of nice drives, only 3 points to show for it, but this Prairie View defense is a little stingier than I remember, as they were talking about shootouts a couple of weeks ago. They put up 48 at home against Alcorn State, but the problem was Alcorn was more than 3/4 away to 100 as they scored 77 against this Prairie View defense. To give you a little indicator of this defense, you can put points on them, and it's also scary to think about that Alcorn offense, as they could put up points with anybody in the conference.
Well, Prairie View is giving up 37 points a ball game. And there's also teams total offense. They're averaging 462 yards against that Prairie View defense.
21 going up top, right side jump ball. Ferguson not able to bring it in. It was deflected and falls incomplete. As they were trying to use that big frame, it was underthrown a bit. But the Golden Lions are going to be forced to punt for the first time today. Knee highs are on to do it.
Speaking of a big frame, Ferguson has that big frame. 6'6", 205 pounds, a junior. He's that big target. He has some speed to go along with his size also. He runs to him a 4.5 in the 40.
Knee Heiser stands around his 10. He'll punt it away, a high sidewinding kick, and the return man was ran into by C.J. Branch, and that's going to be a foul penalty on the Golden Lions, as he ran right into the return man.
And that was strictly an accident by C.J. because he was really trying to get out the way.
So another penalty is, we've had a lot of penalties here in this first quarter. One reason why it has been a long first quarter here.
I was just about to make that comment. It seems like it's been an extremely long first quarter here. This is a big possession for the Golden Lions defense team, because you don't want Prairie View to start generating momentum, because offensively the Panthers they've been able to move the football pretty well.
Oh, no question. First and 10 here for the Panthers. Going up top, right side, looking for number 13, Greg Thurman, but well defended by David White. Carl, I can hear you. You just can't hear me.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Probably a good thing you can't hear me. Over the middle, and it is Thurman at the 30, 20, and down inside the 15-yard line to the 14. A little crossing pattern. And Thurman picks up the first down, and here come the Panthers again.
Thurman's one of those, he's a senior receiver, 6'2", 185 pounds, but he's a pretty shifty athlete.
Shotgun here for the Panthers, first down and 10, man in motion from left to right. They'll fake the handoff to the wide receiver and keeping it is Lovelock, and he's going to go straight ahead and into the end zone for a touchdown. Boy, that was a beautiful play there, faking the handoff to the receiver coming in motion, and Lovelock took it straight at the defense, dragging a couple of defenders into the end zone, the final 2 yards there. So the Panthers of Prairie View strike again. They have a 16-3 lead here with just 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Extra point for Prairie View is good. So we'll step aside with 5.8 seconds to be exact. Here in the first quarter, 17-3 Prairie View jumping out with a 2-score lead. And the kickoff coming up for the Golden Lions right after this timeout.
Did you go to the schoolyard? Calm down, please. Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow. If I just.
He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay.
Just okay. Try to calm him again.
There's no reception. Everything is down.
Try. I can't. Try already.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
everything's
try.
down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please. Is he okay?
Laura.
Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
What? It's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
And the kickoff as we resume play here. A short return up to the 14-yard lines, and we're working on some audio problems here. 1 second. That is the end of quarter number 1 as we step aside for our TV viewers. 17-3 Prairie View, a 2-touchdown lead after quarter number 1. Right back to the so we have a presentation on the field. Chancellor and Mr. Kirk down there, of course, Lonzo Hardy, athletic director. As the sun pops back out here at the stadium. A little overcast today, and the sun's been coming in and out. And we're set for the second quarter of play here. Tim Stubbs and Carl Weber from Golden Lion Stadium. It's homecoming, but Prairie View trying to spoil homecoming, or at least the game anyway. You can't spoil all of homecoming as we've had things going on all week. But the game is a huge part of homecoming week here at UAPB. It's 17-3. Prairie View with the lead as we start quarter number 2 here. Shotgun snap handoff, and it's Hanley. He's got a big hold to 25, still on his feet at the 35, cuts it up at the 40. Stiff arm and taken down at the Prairie View 49. And a huge gain of about 35 there for Brian Hanley.
Hanley, 5'9", 200-pound junior. He's out of Monticello High School in Southeast Arkansas, and he's really made a statement here in this conference as a first-year starter. He's a tremendous athlete.
So the Gold Lions quickly in Prairie View territory. One great run there by Brian Hanley. A great way to start the second quarter.
And speaking of first-year starters, he didn't start the first 3 or 4 ball games.
He'll fake it to him, go over the middle, and caught it and fumbled, or did he have it long enough? They're going to roll it incomplete as Pourchaire did not have the football long enough to make a football move. Take another look at it here on our replay. Shot by Roger Robinson down on the field. He caught it and actually did turn. That's a question. It could have went either way right there, but thankfully for the Gold Lion faithful, they call it incomplete. But he did catch it and turn his body around, and it was hit instantly, but I don't think he maybe didn't have it long enough. And Looks like Prairie View is going to call a timeout now as we have 14:26 to play here in the second quarter, and it's 17-3 Prairie View as the Golden Lions look to come back here. Got some new signage down on the field on the visiting side. It looks terrific as the sun pops back out here. You got the new Golden Lion logos, of course the swag, and then some pictures monogrammed in there along the edges of the Golden Lions. Looks like championship season. And of course it says this is Golden Lion country, where champions are made. And it looks really good. Of course, got the Golden Lion logos on top of the visiting side stands over there as well. So randomly just unveiled today, and it really is the stadium a really nice, polished look, kind of a little makeover.
Yeah, and Tim,
really good.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good day for football too. So you couldn't ask for a better day.
No question, it's beautiful.
This is a very important drive here for the Golden Lions offense unit because you want to try to penetrate this football down the field to put some points on the scoreboard.
High snap, Anderson's going to keep it, tries to get to the edge, and slides down awkwardly. A huge divot. Fairway there. Luckily he didn't hurt himself. And he's going to lose a yard, so they're down 11 coming up here. Penalties for 64 yards in the first quarter alone. A total of 8 penalties.
But I don't believe Willie Young's been targeted today.
Steps up, throws it, diving forward at the 40. It's going to be very close to a first. I think he's going to be a little short as he got Ferguson a little comeback route. But it's going to be a yard shy. They need to get to the 39. The ball, the football's at the 40. So
we're going to go for it, Tim. Coach Coleman sitting in. The Golden Lions going to go with a double tight end package.
They see a quarterback keeper here. Yeah, looks like another timeout going to be called.
Prairie View's going to call a timeout.
So Prairie View we've been on the air a long time in the second quarter, only a minute and 49 seconds off the clock. There's just a lot of penalties. It's a slow-moving football game, and Prairie View leads it 17-3. The Golden Lions are driving here.
He's very seldom fumbling the football. But in a case like this, Tim, you have to look at with the fullback in there now, Nicholas Woodford, Galloway. All eyes are pretty much on Brian Hanley.
Quarterback sneak here, but they're stacking up over the center. They're going to slip it to the fullback, and he's got the first down. And he's slipping it to the big fullback. That's number 38, Nicholas Woodfork, and freshman out of Dalloway comes up with a big first down.
Nicholas is a big guy, 5'10", 250 pounds, and he's related to former UAPB quarterback Jonathan Moore. Nicholas is a young deacon over at Kings Highway Baptist Church here in
Stretch
Panthers.
play to the right, Hanlon will cut back, diving forward to the 31. And he picks up about 6 or 7 yards there. Sprint play to the right. And second down and 4.
Tim, any kind of score in this drive would be beneficial to the Golden Lions. They haven't put up a score since 4:30 mark in the first quarter. When Tyler couldn't kick that 45-yard field goal. But it's important that scoreboard.
They want to keep it on the ground here, same formation. This time the play action. Anderson had a man open, but he's in trouble and got to throw it away. Goes into the UAPB sideline, and he had a man open for a moment, but he had some Panthers all over him. And he just wasn't able to look up and get a pass off, and luckily he didn't take a sack there, so it's going to be 3rd down and 4 from the Panther 31.
Prairie View's coach, Coach Norton, he was screaming for intentional grounding penalty.
Shotgun here for Ben Anderson. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ryan Hanley offset to the right of Anderson. Play clock down to 4 here. Here's the snap. Looking right, going up top to Willie Young, and he had him open, and a bad pass by Anderson as that one sailed on him and faded it out of bounds. And Willie Young had a couple of yards ahead of the receiver. And a decent pass there. That could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, because Anderson had Willie Young had a step or two on the defensive back to the cornerback.
Yeah, he beat him on the edge, and a good pass there, and that's 6.
One of those redshirt freshmen talked about Foster Brown, those redshirt corners out there for Prairie View.
Well, 4th down and 4, and instead of a long field goal, Golden Lions are going to go for it here. Their own, or at the Panther 31-yard line, rather. Shotgun snap. Their own 4th down. Pass deflected away, and a flag comes in. Flag is in. The coaching box just to the right of us here. Prairie View, they got fired up, and they didn't like the ball, but they were given one their way in a similar position. But on 4th down, those sting a bit.
They do. And Coach Norton at Prairie View, he's not happy about it either. He's getting the line judge in here for it.
I believe it was the same official that threw the flag that went against UAPB. This one goes for them on 4th down, so it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Golden Lions at the Panther 26.
I don't believe Prairie View or UAPB has gone into the traditional huddle.
No, they haven't. Handoff, Hanley had a little opening, and then he slammed into the back of another offensive lineman. We've seen that several times today. One time it was Trayvon Reagan who had Hanley run on his backside there.
Reagan 6'3", 275 pounds, a redshirt sophomore. He started as a true freshman last season. He's the kind of kid that he came in and replaced Teron Umstead, who's now starting offensive lineman with the New Orleans Saints. Reagan went to Betty Fairfax High School there in Phoenix, Arizona.
2nd down and 6, in trouble again. Anderson's going to be sacked again. Ben Anderson taken down back at the Panther 31-yard line, a loss of 5. Or actually more than that. It's going to be 3rd down and 15. It's a loss of about 7 or 8. So
the Panthers did really penetrate his goal line offensive line there. And Ben Anderson really been in duress quite a few times here in the first half.
So 3rd down and 15 for the Golden Lions here at the Panther 31. Going to get to about the 16-yard line for a first. They may have 2 plays to get in here, and that's going to be another delay of game penalty. So now you're looking at 3rd and about 19.
Coach Coburn got a timeout.
Barely. The play clock was down to 0, and as Coach Coleman luckily got that timeout called, and that would have hurt right there. But 10:34 to play here before halftime. 17-3 right now. Prairie View with a 2-touchdown lead. 3rd and 14 coming up. Resume play.
Tim, one of the fastest growing programs at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff is the STEM Academy, which is a research and education program funded by the National Science Foundation. STEM is designed to help students making science, technology, engineering, and mathematics field. For more information about the STEM Academy, contact Ms. Taylor at 870-5 75, 71 as well. It's part of homecoming activities this week. I think it was last Tuesday. This past Tuesday, we had the official opening grand opening still
Shotgun snap here as Anderson's going to be sacked again. And coming in on a blitz that time for Prairie View was Jerome Howard, senior linebacker out of Sunrise, Florida. And Anderson didn't have a chance.
He did, man. Howard with the high school there in Sunrise, Florida. This Prairie View defense has really stepped up and kind of stymied the just can't get anything going. They get a play here and there, but then Prairie View comes in and slams the door.
So Niehiser is going to have to punt it away here. No rush by the Panthers. Looking for a fair catch, and again, the return man's plowed over, but it was incidental contact. He's going to roll dead at 15. Periodically during the games, I'll receive messages via text, other ways by fans, and message a moment ago. It's no way I can verify that's on the field. The line judge was a Prairie View alum, and you know those are the kind of things that drive you a little crazy, and you don't know what all the rules are and whatnot. But you would rather not see that, personally, if that were the case, to have any referee here on first down and handoff taken about the 19 for either team. I'm sure Prairie View would be the same way. Wouldn't like a UAPB alum reffing a game between Prairie View and UAPB and vice versa. So take it for what it's worth, but it is interesting to hear something like that.
You know, if it is true.
If it is true. So just put a little nugget for you to put in your back pocket for later. Good water cooler talk. As Panthers pick up a first down up to the 29 here, a little swing pass right side. So the bottom line is 9:06 to go. Prairie View leading 17-3 here midway second quarter. Shotgun snap, Love locked. And he gives it to Hebert, tries to get to the edge. He's at the 30, nice cutback where he's shifting as he's forced hard out of bounds. And a late flag goes in. That's going to be a personal foul on the lineman. Prairie View.
He came in to
late shove.
Sean Pierce.
So that's going to back him up. Prairie View coaches are screaming out on the field right now, and they knew that was unnecessary, didn't need that. That's going to negate a pretty good little run there by Hebert. And those are big, too. 15-yard variety. And those hurt.
Yeah, Sean Pierce is he's a right tackle there for Prairie View. Redshirt freshman, 6'4", 295 pounds. Odessa, Texas. Heard of Odessa, Texas?
I have heard of Odessa, Texas. Mojo, speaking of Panthers, great football tradition there in Odessa High School. Here's a handoff here in the stretch play. Big hole. Hebert's got something. 40 midfield and forced out of bounds at the golden line. 45, and Hebert turned on the jets and nearly cribbed it there as he is explosive in the open field.
He really is. He's somewhat small. He's out of Baton Rouge with the Glen Oaks High School. 5'8". That's kind of stretching. The 5'8", 175 pounds, but he's a jet burner.
8:34 and counting. Fake the handoff and hit the backfield. That ball's loose. The Golden Lions have recovered it at the Panther 49-yard line. DeMarcus Berry comes up with the fumble recovery, and that was huge as the Golden Lions were in jeopardy of going down by 3 touchdowns. And all of a sudden, one play, bang, UAPB. They go in and score right here. Remember, that play is a turning point in the game.
Yeah, it was Ryan Williams who stuck the pole out there to cause the fumble. Ryan is a true freshman from Overton High School. He's 6'2", 295 pounds, a true freshman. Yeah, Ryan wears those black and gold shoes.
1st and 10. Make the handoff. Anderson steps up in the pocket, got a little running room, and breaks free. 40-35. Slides down safely into second base at the 29. And a 1st down. And boy, he looked like a power back there as he broke a tackle with the guy hanging on to his hips there, just shook him off.
Yeah, he was trying to go downfield to Mavante King, but King was covered in. So what Ben does, he tucks the football in on his arm and uses his legs to pick up necessary yardage for the 1st down.
Quarterback keeper, straight ahead, another nice gain, up to the 21, and he was yanked down close to maybe a horse collar there.
Very close to it.
But a gain of about 9. Bring up 2nd down and short here as Ben Anderson on back-to-back runs. He's got UAPB close to the red zone. 7:50 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. Golden Lions down 17-3 to Prairie View, but UAPB driving after the big fumble recovery by DeMarcus Berry at midfield. Handoff going right is LeGrone. He's just checked into the game. He's got nowhere to go, loses a half yard.
It was information there by LeGrone sticking the ball with Brad Hands in there also. So you have 2 tailbacks out of that just handed the ball out to the
3rd down and 2 here.
Yeah, UAPB is definitely field goal range, and if you don't get the 2 yards for the 1st down, what do?
High formation, and they had Prairie View jumped off sides, but Anderson didn't see it. Handoff left side, it's Hanley, and he's got the 1st down, I believe. Got about close to 3 yards. It looked like he clearly had it. It's kind of a tough luck spot there, but it is enough for a 1st down nevertheless. Golden Lions hurry up to the line of scrimmage here. Again, a little hard count. Jumping up out of the crouch position. Is Anderson now will get back under center here. Take the snap, play action. Looking left, now back over the middle post. Nearly a touchdown, looking for Willie Young. And they had it set up nicely. It was great coverage by the Panthers, and Willie Young nearly got him another one.
Yeah, Willie doesn't miss that kind of ball.
Yeah, he had his hands all over it, but it was pretty tight coverage as well.
Willie sported those new black and green gloves today, so you find receivers now, Tim, they're going to wear the gloves, and some quarterbacks will wear a glove on perhaps one of the hands, if not both of them.
6:29 to go 2nd quarter. It's a big drive here. The Golden Lions really could use 7. Looking left, sprint play, now throwing back, incomplete. And well, they were all over King there, but maybe it was uncatchable. Bring up 3rd down and 10 here for UAPB at the 19-yard line of Prairie View.
So I don't think the team look like the defensive backs, typical. Had a hand in the back of King.
3rd down and 10. Big play here. Golden Lions down by 2 touchdowns. Although you'll take the 3, but Prairie View is scoring touchdowns, and at the end of the game, those don't add up. And one team scoring 7, the other team scoring 3. Play clock winding down again, and the Golden Lions are forced to spend their last time out of the half. And all 3 of the timeouts have been called with the play clock running down. So having some confusion of sorts with getting the play called in. 6:24 to go here before halftime, and Prairie View leading 17-3. Golden Lions have a big 3rd and 10 here, and maybe a pretty good time to call one anyway. The big play looming here. It could be the difference between 7 and 3.
Tim, as usual, pretty huge homecoming crowd. Stands on the, I'm going to call it the home side. Looks like they're pretty much field, but when you look out there on the parking lot from our view, we've got hundreds of people still tailgating.
Well, I guess that's their prerogative. They'd rather party in the parking lot instead of come in and watch the game.
Listen to the radio.
Yeah, maybe they listen to it on the radio or just having a good time. I don't know. It's a little different than you see in a lot of places, but I guess that's their own tradition. I don't know. Rather see them in the stadium for sure. Here on 3rd and 10, Anderson is going to be taken down yet again at the 24-yard line. Another sack for this Prairie View defense, and they're bringing the heat. You're going to probably see some different play calling coming up to adjust to that, to counter all of these blitzes that are coming and disrupting the passing game.
So Prairie View certainly has done that.
Carl, it's going to be a 41-yard attempt here, and it's going to be set up right in the middle of the field for Tyler Strickland. He's already got a 45-yard field goal back in the first quarter. UAPB down 17-3, trying to draw a little closer here with a 41-yard attempt by Tyler Strickland. Good snap by Branch. It's a line drive kick, and it is no good. It's all kinds of activity here after the play back at the line of scrimmage, and I don't know if did you see a flag anywhere? It seemed like there should have been one.
Because
good gracious, somebody got pancaked big time, and
Trayvon Reagan just really
he eye-hopped him. He didn't just pancake him.
But I don't know, the snap and the hole from our team looked good. And Strickland just didn't get a good kick on it.
Oh, it was a line drive kick, and I don't even know if it was as high as the crossbar, as it just didn't look good off the foot of Strickland, which is very rare. They didn't have a chance. He already made one from 45, and that one was from 41, but didn't have a prayer. Swing pass, the ball's loose again. The Golden Lions trying to jump on it at the 19. And let's see, the Golden Lions got it. David White's had the football. He came out of the pile with it. And I don't know what the confusion is. They either need to call it incomplete or they need to. But the ball is loose. David White came up with it. Prairie View's players are still talking to our alleged Prairie View alum out there. That's the. She's been red flagged on the field, and it does seem kind of interesting. They do tend to gravitate towards her with their complaints. So
you never know.
Conspiracy theorist over here, but you know, it is what it is. So the Golden Lions have another chance here. Second fumble recovery. It's going to be Anderson. Nice cutback at the 15. The 10 looks for a block on the edge. Oh, they're going to get a holding penalty or a block in the back by Willie Young, and he really didn't.
Gets him through the flag.
Our red flagged A&M alum, but he didn't really have a lot of contact. Matter of fact, he pulled up because he didn't want to get the penalty, and they threw it anyway. I don't really agree with that call because he knew he couldn't block him there. Well, this time she was talked out of this penalty by her colleagues, if you will. But
she pulled the flag prematurely.
Yeah, he pulled up and did not block him in the back or hold there. So smart play by Willie Young. And it's going to set up a 1st and goal here. just outside of the 8-yard line for the Golden Lions with just over 5 minutes to go before halftime. UAPB trailing 17-3 and desperately need to get in the end zone here. Throwing right, completed by Ferguson. Ferguson's got it. Nice move. Dive for the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Lions. Isaiah Ferguson with a sweet move. Caught it at the 5 and then did a little cha-cha-cha and dives into the pool. Touchdown. Well, that was sweet.
It really was. He, like I say, he's 6'6", 205. He transferred 2 years ago out of AC Junior College in downtown Brooklyn. Big target that Tim as a senior in high school. He had 908 receiving yards and he caught 13 TD passes.
There's the extra point by Strickland, and it's good. Again, pushing and shoving going on after the play. As they trying to get my man IHOP down there. All right, we'll step aside here with 4:54 to go before halftime here at homecoming. And the Golden Lions making Prairie View pay for their sins there on that last turnover. And they score to make it 17-10 Prairie View. Timeout and kickoff when we come back.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here with just under 5 to play. Here in the second quarter, the Golden Lions scoring their first touchdown. 8-yard strike from Ben Anderson to Isaiah Ferguson. Here's the kickoff, a little short pooch kick right side. It's going to go out of bounds. That's not going to work. They're going to get it at about the 40, I believe. So that wasn't what he was wanting to do there. He was trying to kick in a little soft spot and possibly jump on it. Kind of a deep onside kick type of play, but we'll see. They may want UAPB to re-kick this.
Prairie View will get an ideal field position and get it running. It's going to be at the 35. So the Panthers going to start off in a pretty good field position. I think Prairie View's had back-to-back turnovers in the last 2 drives.
Yeah, the Golden Lions didn't make them pay for the first one. I don't know what they're going to actually make them re-kick it, Carl, because they know Abear, their deep man, has the ability to get it past the 35. And he returned it to midfield on his last opportunity, so they want to let their big playmaker have a chance here. See if it backfires on Prairie View, as they did have good field possession, but instead they re-kick the football. 4:54 to go here before halftime, and Prairie View A&M leading 17-10 over the Golden Lions. As Prairie View has fumbled the football their last 2 possessions. And the last one was real costly because they fumbled it inside their own 20. And the Golden Lions made them pay a couple of plays later. Kickoff going to be taken by Abear at the 24. Little cut at the 30, 35, still on his feet. Tries to get outside, take it down to 41. So they did benefit about 6 yards by re-kicking it. You can see why, because Abear in the open field is very dangerous.
He's a very deep threat. And every time he's averaging about 30 yards. Yeah, he's averaging about 30 yards a kick. He went to, I believe he went to Glen Oaks High School at Baton Rouge.
Southern let one get away.
And LSU.
Yeah, no kidding. Straight ahead, Abear. Boy, nice little cut move there in traffic. Gets up to midfield. Mark him down at the 49 of Prairie View, and a gain of about 8 there. He's had a big first half. So he had 41 yards in quarter number 1. He should be well over 100 yards here in the first half. They'll give it to him again. Left side, spin move, first down to the goal line 44.
Yeah, he's not a big back, 5'8", 175 pounds, but very seldom he comes down after one hit. You got to put a couple bodies on him.
4 minutes and counting here. Shotgun snap. They'll give it to Hebert again. Tries to go outside with it with a stiff arm and taken down out of bounds. And again, a lot of shoving and pushing going on. Jared Turner kind of got baited into something there, and it's going to probably be a double foul offsetting, but Turner was taken down hard, way out of the play there by Nick Pitre, receiver, as they got tangled up there, and a little extra after the play. Should be offsetting penalties, more than likely.
We went on the call from the referee.
And it's going to offset. So replay the down. Usually on something like that, shouldn't they just take the result of the play?
Yeah.
Right? So it's second down and 10. And no effect on the actual play that happened. It was dead ball after penalty. Shotgun. Lovelock over the middle and incomplete. Had a little too much on that one, as he was trying to go right over the middle to Keith Hardaway, big freshman receiver from Houston.
A great pass
Boy,
up
Lovelock zipped that one in there.
A great pass by Kevin Rucker. We haven't Kevin Rucker Jr. Let me correct myself. We haven't called his name too much today.
Third down and 10. Shotgun here for Lovelock, going left, and got it complete and down to the 32-yard line, and enough for a Panther first down.
Yeah, that was the cornerback, Andre Mitchell, slipped, and that allowed the receivers Givens to come up with a big reception.
No huddle, quick snap, fake the handoff. Now over the middle, boy, nearly picked off. Lovelock made a mistake there and tried to force one in, and that time David White nearly came up with a second turnover. So he got a fumble recovery on the last possession and nearly got an interception. So he jumped that route perfectly.
Yeah, David White, I tell you what, he's a redshirt freshman, 6'2", 180 pounds. Yeah, he's out of McKinley High School there in Baton Rouge, same high school that Cody Swan went to, and he is a super athlete there.
Shotgun snap, Lovelock zoning right. Caught, spin move, and down to the 15. Mark him down at the 14 as he locked in on his receiver there for a long time and connects for a big first down pass play. And here come the Panthers again. 3:28 to go before halftime. 17-10. Prairie View with a 7-point lead. Handoff this time, eaten up in the backfield, maybe losing a half yard. They try to slip it to a new running back who just came into the ball game. That's Arthur Lockett, redshirt freshman out of Houston. Bring up a second down and 10. Say no gain on the play.
Prairie View, like I said, Tim, Prairie View has done a good job today moving the football down the field.
3 receivers to the left side of the field for Lovelock. One to the right. Hebert is back in the ball game. Play clock down to 7. Here's the snap going over the middle, and it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Prairie View. Just a little skinny post. Come back right over the middle with it, and Panthers strike again now, 23-10. 14 yards out for the touchdown pass by Lovelock.
Well, Lovelock is Very efficient passer. He's completed on the season 55% of his passes.
And the extra point for the Panthers, Chris Barrick knocks it through with 2:39 left here in the second quarter. It's now 24-10. Prairie View back on top by 2 touchdowns. And they'll kick it off to the Gold Lions when we return here on Homecoming. Back in a moment.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
2:39 to go here before halftime, and the Gold Lions still plenty of time, although they have no timeouts left. And a very long first half of play here, it feels. Going to be taken by King from the 8 over the 20. Big hit, falls forward to the 24. That's where the Gold Lions will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Plenty of time, 2:35 to play. No timeouts, but that's okay. Got some time to work with here. You can still run your offense. Maybe a little urgency, like a 2-minute drill type of hurry-up offense, but nothing too urgent. You don't have to panic and make any bad decisions. You can stay in bounds if you need to.
Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get his ball back to Prairie View.
Hand off left side, a little bit of room there for Hanley as he gets up to the 29-yard line. And a gain of about 5 for Brian Hanley. He's had another solid first half.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup of 4 yards on first down.
Hand it off again. Hanley gets the call, but not a lot there. Just a couple of yards, going to bring up 3rd down, about 3 or 4 here. We'll call it 3rd and 3. 150 and counting here before halftime. Of course, the M4 will ensure a great halftime performance here for Homecoming. Making the handoff, getting to the edge, and taking a hit, but close to first down yardage was Ben Anderson. See where they're going to spot it. It appears to be enough for the first, and he lowered his shoulder there. That was just the little extra he needed, because if he would have slid, he would have gotten the first.
He took an awful fall, and not an awful, an awkward fall on that left shoulder. And being a running type quarterback also, his body's held up over his course of his career at UAPB.
Showing blitz for the Panthers. The Gold Lions run right through it up to the 42, a gain of about 7 for Hanley. And he was about 1 man away from going off to a long run right there as he almost broke free. Man down with 1:16 left. Slow to get up. Linebacker for Prairie View, and that was Jerome Howard, who's going to get a couple of sacks today. So he's going to have to come out of the game for at least a play here. Bring up 2nd down, 3 for the Golden Lions. 1:16 to go before halftime. The ball spotted at the 42 of the Lions.
The UAPB offense thought it was going to be a longer injury timeout because offensive coordinator Jones had pulled up the offense near the sidelines, but they had to hurry back on the field.
Shotgun snap, Anderson, pump fake, going up top left side and incomplete. And
what happens when the official hat comes off?
That means that Willie Young ran out of bounds and came back in, and he can't be the first one to touch it. And that's why he just kind of gave up on it as soon as he saw that. He knew he couldn't catch the football. Makes him ineligible, but if it's touched by the defensive player first, and then Young will have a chance.
Well, the cornerback, Direct Johnson.
Looks like an offsides here is again the Panthers bringing the house here with a blitz on 3rd and 3, and they blew it dead because he was in the neutral zone, headed towards the quarterback unabated, so they went ahead and blew it dead, and that's why Anderson didn't have a chance to run a free play there. But it'll be a first down for the Golden Lions, and that's important with 1:02 left. Now that pushes them a little closer, as maybe about another 20 yards and get in field goal range here.
Still a lot of time to go in this second quarter with a minute, 2 seconds. It's Ben Anderson. You get a play from offensive coordinator Anthony Jones.
Shotgun snap, run the wide receiver screen, and it is caught, but not a big gain up to midfield. Gain of about 4 there as the Golden Lions that time run a screen to John Hawkins, who's been a deep man on the return game. That they picked up the blitz well there and recognized it, but still couldn't get much out of it, which is shocking considering they had about 4 or 5 guys blitzing and still were able to come out and make a play. Looking right, going up top right, looking for Young again, and then complete again. As those sideline passes to Young have just not been on point here in the first half.
No, not at all. And Ben Anderson to target Willie Young several times, and it just seems like Tim, they just haven't connected today.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Golden Lions. Ball spotted at the 50 with 27 seconds remaining before halftime. And showing blitz again. They fake the handoff, but Anderson's going to be sacked once again, and that's Jerome Howard again. That's his 3rd sack of the first half. He just went out with an injury and didn't look too injured there. It seemed like he was running about a 4-3 right at Ben Anderson. He didn't have a prayer.
Yeah, he came in on a delayed blitz too, and like I said, 6 feet 222 pounds out of Plantation High School there in Sunrise, Florida. And so Prairie View's called a timeout. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to go for the block to him.
18 seconds to play here in the first half. Prairie View leading 24-10 rather, and they'll put 3 seconds back on the clock now, 21 seconds, and UAPB is going to have to punt the football away as the clock was rolled down to 2.1 seconds. So they're going to have to fix that. Yeah, it's at 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Just another slight delay, huh?
It has been a rather long first half here.
It's been well over an hour.
About an hour and a half first half. All right, Nieheiser is finally set. They got 21 seconds on the clock. And a little rugby style runs to the right and kicks it. And it's caught at the 28 and then taken down by Clinch at the 32. It's only a 4-yard return by Gabe Dunlap. 10 seconds left. Prairie View with no timeouts left. May just come and take a knee here as their coaching staff is already packing up and headed to the locker room. So that gives you a little indication that they're not going to do anything in the final 10 seconds here. So 24-10, Prairie View with an impressive first half performance here on the road against the Golden Lions here at homecoming. UAPB coming in pretty hot, winning 2 in a row, looking for 3 in a row today. As the crowd has started to fill up a little bit more now. They'll have one more play here. Let's see if maybe they'll just throw deep, take a shot downfield. Nope. I don't understand why you spread them out and go shotgun and take a knee. Okay. Anyway, we are at the half, 24-10, and for our radio listeners, just keep it right here. We'll have the M4 halftime performance for you in just a moment. For our TV viewers, take a quick timeout here at the half, 24-10, and the M4 ready for a homecoming show here in just a moment.
in the second half and try to connect Willie Young and Ben Anderson. They need to connect because those are the big playmakers.
Well, the goal line offense has been very hot the last couple of games. How good is Alcorn's offense for them to score 77 against this Prairie View defense? Because this Prairie View defense has looked pretty darn good here today.
It really has looked very good. Alcorn State.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a friend home safe.
And to not blame the victim.
It's on us.
To look out for each other.
To not look the other way.
It's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
It's on us, all of us,
to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I'll be honest. Your resume is not what I'm used to.
I know.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need a hard worker.
Good. I've got 2 part-time jobs and to help my parents pay the bills.
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find, cultivate, and train a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
All right, welcome back inside of Golden Lions Stadium here at homecoming. Turned out to be just a gorgeous afternoon as we were about less than 30 seconds away from starting the 3rd quarter here. Tim Stubbs going to be joined by Carl Wimper and Mr. Calvin Booker here in just a moment to start the 3rd quarter. We're going to do an in-game interview as the game is going on with Mr. Booker, and got some great things to talk about. But it's 24-10 right now. The Panthers of Prairie View trying to spoil this homecoming football game as they lead by 2 touchdowns, and they're going to get the football to start the 3rd quarter here. But the Golden Lions are far from being out of it, as I'm joined now by Carl Wimper to start the 3rd quarter. Line drive kick, and it's going to be taken by Hebert from the 12. Cuts up right side, big gainer, a spin move, a flag is down. He's still on his feet. Boy, this guy's got moves for days as he's finally taken down at about the 34. He's so explosive in the open field. Got a lot of moves where he can cut and move without losing any speed. Reminds me a little bit of like a Reggie Bush type of a player who is just so shifty and can accelerate and cut without losing much speed at all. But there is a hold on the return, so that's going to help UAPB as we start the 3rd quarter of play here. And all season long, this has been the quarter that has plagued the Golden Lions, and they've overcome the last 2 games even with the poor 3rd quarter. But we'll see if they can come out a little bit better today. They're going to have to do it because they're down by 2 touchdowns here to start the 3rd. Prairie View's got the football here at their own 24. And Jerry Lovelock fakes the handoff to Hebert, and he'll keep it himself. He's hit hard by Kyle Walker, but not before a gain of nearly 10 yards. It looks like another first down here for the Panthers, and they had 14 first downs in the first half as they tallied 253 yards of offense.
Lovelock is looking like an all-SWAC performer, too. He's doing a great job at quarterback engineering this Prairie View's offense.
Quick strike to the right, but it is on the carpet. Incomplete, too low, looking for Hebert on the right side and not able to get it to him. Check that, that was 13 instead of 3. That was Greg Thurman, the receiver. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 here for Prairie View at their own 34-yard line. They lead 24-10. And in motion from right to left. Shotgun snap over the middle and a sliding catch right on the Golden Lion logo. And a first down. They'll mark him down actually at the 47, his own 47, but that Nick Petre caught that touchdown there right before halftime. So he likes that over the middle stuff.
Yeah, he had 2 catches in the first half for 33 yards and pretty nifty receiver also.
1st and 10 here for Prairie View. Look left, throwing left, and incomplete, and right off the fingertips as they were trying to get it to Rayshawn Givens, and Givens had a few catches in the first half, but that one he didn't look in all the way. It was kind of fading, falling down as he was catching it, but right off his hands.
Well, the Golden Lions defensively, Tim, they haven't gotten any pressure on Lovelock all afternoon, and it's he's the kind of quarterback you go out to put him to the turf a few times, but he's been able to do pretty much what he wants to do.
Second down and 10, looking right, a little pump fake. Now over the middle, it is complete at the 35 and still on his feet and taken down by Rucker Jr. Finally at about the 30, maybe the 29-yard line, another first down for Prairie View. As that time they were able to get it to Keith Hardaway, a freshman receiver from Houston, and Prairie View's just not letting up.
No, not at all. They just kind of keep the pedal to the metal.
And off Hebert this time straight ahead to the 26-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4. Bring up second down here for the Panthers. This biggest crowd of the season here on homecoming hasn't, except for the M4 at halftime, hadn't had a whole lot to cheer about for their Golden Lion football team, but this game far from over. The Golden Lions are going to have to play with a sense of urgency to get back in it here.
Oh, without a doubt.
Prairie View's taking the crowd out of the game. Little pass out in the right flat. He's dangerous. 20. It's Hebert at the 10. Hebert on his feet. 5. Touchdown. Too easy. He is so explosive in the open field, and Hebert took a little swing pass out in the right flat. Caught it at about the 20, and then it was all over after that. Once you get him in space, he's just got too much quickness, too many moves, and he is tough to bring down. So Prairie View right out of the gates here to start the third quarter with a touchdown. Rather easy looking drive there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that touchdown sending some fans to the exits.
Still way too early for that, but it is what it is. And again, Turner nearly came up with a block as he comes soaring in every time and nearly gets it. But that extra point is good with 13:06 to go in the third. Less than 2 minutes off the clock, and Prairie View's got another touchdown. They lead UAPB 31-10. We'll have the kickoff in just a moment.
How did UAPB prepare me? The Business Marketing Program. Here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the faculty works very close with us, making sure we reach our full potential. With the help of Career Services, I was able to obtain an internship with Hope Federal Credit Union. This opportunity allowed me to travel to different states and learn additional skills. The company was so impressed at how talented and prepared I was as an intern that they offered me a full-time position as program officer. That's how UAPB prepared me.
Yeah. He had 44 yards and losses on sacks. I mean, that's a pretty significant number there. And Anderson, you mentioned off today, 6 of 17 for just 43 yards and a touchdown and sacked 6 times in that first half. Hebert had 100 yards rushing and a touchdown in the first half as the kickoff comes. And Lovelock was 10 of 15 for 144 yards and a touchdown. Taken right at the goal line. And Hawkins gets up over the 15 and taken down about the 17, and that's all. Some good special teams coverage there by the Prairie View A&M Panthers. With 2 minutes going by here in the third, it's a 21-point deficit for UAPB, and they're going to have to get that offense going as they've been slow out of the gates in the third quarter over the past few ball games, and really pretty much the whole season for whatever reason.
Speaking of offense, the offensive coordinator Anthony Jones, a new twist. He moved upstairs. He's in the press box.
There's a bad snap here, Carl, and Anderson's going to have to pounce on it for a huge loss, and that's going to add to his loss yardage total, as he would have nearly 100 yards rushing.
Yeah.
But his net after all the losses is got a whole lot less than that, and that is a loss of about 12 on the bad snap.
Yeah, Norman sent Todrick Paplin. He's out, injured in early in the second quarter, and we got a new center in for the goal line.
High snap there. Hand off to Hanley. Forward progress is going to keep him out of the end zone. They're going to give him the 5-yard line as he was driven back into the end zone, but nothing there. Another loss on the play, so now you're loss of 3, so it's third down. They spotted at the 5. They got to get up to the 28. So third down and 23 here.
Third and forever. Like I said, the new center for the Golden Lions is Terrence Knight.
They'll spread them out here, 5 wide. Going to throw it, pump fake. Going up top, deep for Willie Young, but again, overthrown by about 8 yards as he was, or that was King rather, he was going to Marvante King that time, but he was disrupted a little bit on his route and knocked off his route and wasn't able to get any stride going there as Ben Anderson put a lot of air underneath that football, but why not take a shot there? I like the idea, but Anderson has just not been on point, and some of it's been his fault, but he's been under a lot of duress the whole game.
And it's not the kind of offensive start that the Golden Lions want to come out of the gates here to start the third quarter, and Prairie View should get the football back in ideal field position.
Punting out of the back of the end zone is Niehiser. He gets away a pretty decent kick here. Dunlap's going to catch it on the fly at the 42, a missed tackle, and stays on his feet before being taken down at about the 32-yard line. And now Prairie View's in business. They're already up 31-10 with 11:24 to go. You hate to use a word like knockout punch or knockout blow or the dagger or anything like that, nail in the coffin, all the cliches, but with 11:24 to go, 3-touchdown lead, they get it on their own, or at the UAPB 32. This is a pivotal back up against the wall type of drive here that can really put some distance in this game and blow it wide open.
And the UAPB defense hasn't stopped Prairie View all day long on 3 and out. So
flag is down play here before the snap's going to be a false start on Prairie View.
That's a good penalty for the Golden Lion defense.
Needed that bad.
Pushing Prairie View back 5 yards.
So 11:24 to play here in the third, and right now it's all Prairie View A&M Panthers, and they're looking for more here as they are playing downhill for sure. Going to throw it over the middle, nearly picked off. Rucker Jr. read it nicely, but Lovelock overthrew that ball badly.
Yeah, you would think Prairie View would try to, stick with the running game and, they're up by 3 scores, and it looks like they're
killer instinct. Yeah. They're going for the throat right here. They have a 3-touchdown lead, and they know they got a lot of momentum going, and they got UAPB on the ropes here. Throw it again, setting up a screen, and they got it set up at the 40, 30, still on his feet, finally taken down at about the 23-yard line. That time they slip it to the backup running back, Arthur Lockett. Not as explosive as Hebert, but effective, very effective nevertheless, and just shy of the first down. So it's going to be third down. It looks like about a long, maybe a yard and a half here.
Yeah, Golden Lions, it's been a lot of missed tackles also.
Quarterback keeper is going to be Lovelock. He's got the first down at the 19. Gain of about 4.
Yeah, Lovelock's not a small quarterback either. He's 6'6", 240 pounds, out of Baltimore, Maryland.
10.5 to go here in the third. And Prairie View A&M leading 31-10. They've already got 1 touchdown and then forced UAPB to a 3-and-out and had to punt out of the back of their own end zone after a bad snap earlier in that drive that pinned UAPB deep. Hand off left side, trying to get to the edge, and not going to be able to get him. Hebert, instead of a loss, is able to scamper his way up to about the 17-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but instead of a loss of 3, picks up 2, and that's like a gain of 5.
DeMarcus Berry is one of the outstanding defensive ends in this conference, and there have been, I know, 3 occasions where he's almost had the running back Hebert in his grasp, but he's so elusive. He's gotten outside and picked up the yardage.
He's got a second gear that he goes to when he needs to. Going to swing it to Hebert in the right flat. Another nice move. Right, left, right, left. Look at him go. 15, 10, 5. Cuts it up. End zone. Touchdown. Prairie View A&M. Hebert is just putting on a show.
He's putting on a classic, and that touchdown, Tim,
And a man is down for the Golden Lions at about the 23. Check and see who that is. But Hebert, with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go, has got yet another touchdown in this ball game, and that's the second receiving touchdown in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter for Hebert. And I mentioned Reggie Bush type moves and a little throwback to Barry Sanders there on a couple of those, as he was just going right, left, and he could just he was almost toying with the defense, doing whatever he wanted to do. Once he gets open in space like that, boy, he is just awfully dangerous.
Yeah, it looks like DeMarcus Berry will come off the field injured.
That's not good either.
So that's back-to-back touchdowns for Prairie View to start this third quarter.
Extra point is good, so we'll take another timeout here. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to play here in the third, and Prairie View A&M with 14 unanswered in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, as the running back Hebert is just lighting it up out here in Pine Bluff. It's now 38-10 Prairie View. We'll have the kickoff coming up in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Sunflower Wilson, a recent graduate with a degree in fisheries biology. As I begin working on my master's, I am confident in the skills and lessons that UAPB has taught me through instructors like Dr. Hawkness.
Sunflower challenged herself with a rigorous course curriculum. Her efforts led to numerous presentations in front of scientific audiences at state and national venues. A National Science Foundation internship gave her the opportunity to go to Alaska and work with scientists examining crustacean physiology. UAPB prepares its students for opportunities like these every day.
UAPB prepared me.
The kickoff here is Jonta Hebert has recorded 3 touchdowns. He's a running back, but he's got 2 receiving touchdowns. He's just so explosive, and he has been the X factor today. Here's the kickoff taken by King from the 7. Nice move, cuts it up over the 20 to the 25 and taken down at about the 26-yard line. Marvante King, also very explosive, but he hadn't had a chance to break free and do his thing like Jonta Hebert has done here today. But the Golden Lions, obviously, a lot of game left. So if there's a time to be down big, still got 25 minutes of actual game time left. Anything can happen, but they're going to have to get it going in a hurry. They're down 38-10 here with 10 minutes to go in the third. Play action. Anderson, he's going up top deep. Got a man at the 40 of Prairie View, still on his feet and down to the 25-yard line. And it looks like Portier on the catch that time. And we've seen Ben off a little bit here today, but that time he put it right on the money.
I told you Portier is a deep threat. He has real good speed. He's out of the speed basketball. Fell under the radar after his senior year in high school because he had a knee injury about this season. But before then, he's heavily recruited here by a lot of schools on the West Coast. He's a terrific football player.
Shotgun snap, looking right, completed to Ferguson, stiff arm, and he lost the football. It's going to be recovered, and running with it the other way is Prairie View, going up the left sideline at the 40, still on his feet, one man to beat, and finally Hanley able to knock Jerome Howard out of bounds at the Golden Lion 21-yard line. And boy, what a game Jerome Howard has had, but that's all on Ferguson right there. He had the catch, trying to make one too many moves, and lost the football, fumbled it. Jerome Howard scooped it up and nearly tripped it.
Ferguson, he's on a lonely spot on that bench with his head down. I know, it's just.
And the Golden Lions looked like they were about to go in for a score as they got it down inside the 15-yard line and had a great drive going, and just snake bit. My goodness. Just nothing going the Golden Lions' way here this afternoon. Down 38-10, all the momentum on Prairie View's side. And now after the long fumble return by Howard, Prairie View A&M is set up once again at the 21, and every time you look up, they got great field position, and that's one reason why they're UAPB's dominated the time of possession, but Prairie View's dominated the scoreboard because they have all these great scoring opportunities, and they are not missing any of them.
No, not at all, Tim. I mean, it's
Bear's going to take it. Delay handoff, and it's Dunlap, rather. And Dunlap lowers his shoulder and forced out of bounds at the 20.
Dunlap and he there, they are pretty much cut out.
Lockett, rather, I'm sorry. That was Lockett on the carry.
He's 5'9", 180 pounds, and he there is 5'8", and 175 pounds. So they kind of in the same frame. They are two speedy tailbacks.
Like movement off the left side, no call over the middle, and it's caught. What a great grab for a touchdown. Going back across his body and almost a one-handed snag there, and that's the same man, Nick Petre, and Petre has got 2 touchdowns, and he's been their go-to guy over the middle, and he made a great adjustment on that little skinny post and scores another touchdown, and Prairie View is just running away with it here, leading 44-10 with 9:17 to go. They got 21 points, Carl, in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter.
Open up the floodgates, and that touchdown is really sending fans to the exit.
And the kick is good by Chris Barrick, and it's pushing and shoving after the play. We will head to a timeout here. 9:17 to go in the third. And Prairie View has now opened it up as they are smashing UAPB 45-10. Golden Lions will receive the kickoff. Going to try to get back in. There's still plenty of time left, but they better hurry up. Back in a moment.
How did UAPB prepare me? The agriculture program. At the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, it is very hands-on. They teach us how to use the technology and the tools of today's industry. Career Services helped me obtain 2 internships, and that provided me the opportunities to travel to different places like the Florida Everglades, where I practice conservation work. Opportunities like that also taught me just how many different jobs I can do with my degree. I'll be working with the USDA as a soil conservationist. That is how UAPB prepared me.
Not even 6 minutes. That's a brutal blow for Monty Colvin and his ball club. And you can't turn the football over. You can't have bad snaps over the head, punt out of your own end zone and give them the football at the 32 on a punt. It's just every time you look up, Prairie View has got the ball deep in UAPB territory. And they've had very few plays today where they've had to really go 75, 80 plus yards long drives. That's constantly, it seems like they're playing arena football where they have just 50 yards to go. The Golden Lions are having to work for it, and they're coming down and not scoring to cap off their drives. They have something here. They're on the kickoff, and he will. At the 50, 40, 30, 20, to the 10, to the house. Marvante King. He gets him some and takes the kickoff right over the middle. And he takes it all the way for a Golden Lion touchdown. And boy, they needed that desperately. With 9:05 to go here in the third, it makes it 45-16 Prairie View. And Marvante King, we talked about how electric he was. He shows off a little bit of what he can do right there.
He's a redshirt freshman speedster team. He's out of Clyde Miller Academy High School in the second group. He's one of the top 3 fastest receivers on his ball club. He has outstanding speed. He's been timed somewhere in the range of the low 4.40 and 40.
Extra point by Strickland is good. As we go to break, Marvante King. It's a short kickoff at about 70 yards or so, and with nobody within 30 yards of him on the other end of the field here. As he took a long touchdown, kickoff back for a touchdown. Back in a moment with the kickoff, 9:05 to go. Third quarter, 45-17, Prairie View.
Hi, I'm Sunflower Wilson, a recent graduate with a degree in fisheries biology. As I begin working on my master's, I am confident in the skills and lessons that UAPB has taught me through instructors like Dr. Hawkness.
Sunflower challenged herself with a rigorous course curriculum. Her efforts led to numerous presentations in front of scientific audiences at state and national venues. A National Science Foundation internship gave her the opportunity to go to Alaska and work with scientists examining crustacean physiology. UAPB prepares its students for opportunities like these every day.
UAPB prepared me.
Strickland's kickoff here. Going to be taken by Hebert from the 6. Hebert right side at the 15-20. And this time stacked up and taken, ridden out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. And another man down for the Golden Lions. Here on special teams. This time it's number 41. Kara Leonard. Slow to get up here. Turn the lights on at the stadium, Carl. The time change is good. There's still some sunlight on the other side of the stadium and across this beautiful view of these autumn trees here that we have high up atop the Golden Lions Stadium here, but it is getting rather dark actually on the playing field. It's all in the shade now, and as it starts to get dark about a little bit after 5 o'clock these days, and Leonard is slow to get up. He's going to have to be helped off the field actually.
Yeah, he's favoring that right ankle. Leonard came in as a running back last year, and then he switched over to on the defensive side of the ball, but he's a terrific athlete and very heads-up, intelligent ball player. Yeah, if UAPB ever needs a spark, that kickoff return by Marante King did it for the Golden Lions. And King is a cousin of former UAPB wide receiver Raymond Weber there out of St. Louis.
The Golden Lions have dug themselves a pretty big hole here as they start to see if they can climb back out of it. Big hit that time as Hebert went head up.
Tim, we must have been heard because the lights are coming on, so.
There you go. Gain of about 3 or 4 there for Hebert. Second down, we'll call it a gain of 3, second down and 7. They fake the handoff. They swing it out of the backfield, and the ball came loose at the end, or did it not? No, it was Willie Duncan on the tackle. The ball didn't come loose, so they're going to say he was down.
I think the whistle is blowing up.
Blow it dead, and a gain of about 8 on the first down as they swing it.
It's going to go back and play because the receiver.
There was Dunlap on the catch, but may have had a block in the back or a hold on the edge there. It's kind of warm here in the press booth.
Last game was a little chilly.
Yeah, most of the games I've been to on the road, you could hang meat in there. It's freezing to death. But it is for some reason very warm. It's been pretty much warm all day here in the booth. It's been a little cool outside, but I hope they don't have the heat on here because it's rather hot. That's where you need those open windows, big guy.
Yeah, you're right about that.
8:21 to go in the third. 45-17. Prairie View A&M with a big lead, but penalty's going to back them up here to their own 15-yard line. So the Golden Lions can get a stop and get that offense moving. Over the middle, dropped. They had it set up too. Hit him in stride, and that time Lovelock put it right on the money. Rayshawn Givens just dropped it with Mitchell was about a step or 2 away from him, but it still would have been a gain of about 15 on the play. So now it brings up third down and 20. The Golden Lions need to stop right here.
Yeah, I don't think UAPB has stopped them all game long on third down. This would be the ideal time to come up with a big third down stance.
Golden Lions showing a little pressure. looking right. Lovelock, pass is complete to Petre. Turns it upfield at the 30, stiff arm. Petre has the first down. He fumbled it out of bounds, but not before he picked up 21 yards. It was 3rd down and 20, and Petre, a little crossing pattern over the middle, caught it for a short completion, but then he turned it upfield. Those rack yards, run after catch. Picks up a big 3rd down and 20 conversion.
Yeah,
Man, oh man.
And that hurts. That's when UAPB really needed a 3rd down stop.
7:50 and counting. Here in the 3rd, Prairie View comes up with a big 3rd down conversion to keep the football moving. Going up top left, Givens has it all the way at the UAPB 35-yard line. And Lovelock, boy, he just dropped in a teardrop right there to Givens as Kevin Alexander was man-to-man with him, and Givens beat him, and Lovelock was perfect on the pass.
Yeah, Givens, one of those lifted receivers for Panthers.
Shotgun again, 3 receivers to the right, Givens to the left. Gonna throw it here, looking for Givens again. This time he can't hang on to it. Alexander was right there with him. Been real impressed with Lovelock here today. He's had a really nice ball game.
Well, he's had a nice career for Prairie View. Redshirt senior, 6'6", 240 pounds. And he's been the catalyst to this offense for the last couple of 3 seasons. As you say, came into the ball game completely 55% of his passes, and he's made smart decisions offensively.
Gonna throw it here, some pressure, but he's able to dump it off to his running back out on the right flat there, and banging forward down to about the 13-yard line. And a 1st down is Arthur Lockett. So Prairie View, after that 3rd down and 20.
Flag down in the left corner of the end zone. And listening on the radio, moving left to right on the radio dial.
Personal foul on Prairie View.
It's going to be on Lovelock.
Not sure what that was about. It was, well, after the play.
He was a foul, a quarterback.
Maybe, I don't know if maybe he said something. Or
it could be because the quarterback, you don't want to get testy with those defensive ball players.
No, and they usually quarterbacks are pretty heads up, and they have so much they have to deal with within the.
Yeah, normally it was probably something that was said because you don't want to get a defender.
Yeah, that is surprising. So I'm not sure what it is. They got a lot to deal with, you know, with play calling, and you're the quarterback. You're out there. You're running the show, and usually you're pretty headsy, and maybe he got into a little talking some trash, and maybe use some magic language that he shouldn't have used. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but
whatever it is, Tim, it's causing all the officials to, except for the back judge, to hold up, and this is a lengthy discussion.
Well, Lovelock's out on the field, kind of almost reenacting what happened. Watching him, almost like he was faking like he was going to hit somebody.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if maybe that's what he did, was just playing with the defender and looked like he was going to hit him, and he didn't. I'm not sure. We'll see. So he's ejected.
Wow.
And now, I don't know who's ejected because Lovelock's still on the field. We'll find out in a moment. There's the young man walking off the field, so we'll see if we can see his number here in a second. So maybe it wasn't on Lovelock. Maybe it was after the play.
And what that means too, Tim, he has to sit out the first half.
Yeah, that's Givens. So it was, you mentioned in the left side of the end zone, and Givens was running the route over there, so it wasn't on number 8. It was on number 80. And so it wasn't the quarterback. And so he must have threw a punch or something to get ejected. Anyway, so Givens is gone. Lovelock is going to keep it here on the quarterback keeper and get up to the 20. It'll be a little shy of the first down. But Givens has had a good ball game. Just caught a nice pass on this drive. Is going to finish this one in the locker room. Hit the showers early, but his team is up 45-17 with 6:20 to play here in the third. So it's not a devastating loss by any stretch for Prairie View, but you mentioned he'll have to sit out half of next week's game.
Yeah, and next week's game is a very big game down in Huntsville, Alabama, where Prairie View travels to Alabama A&M.
Handoff, Lockett stacked up at the close to the 18-yard line and close to the first down marker there. They actually gave a pretty favorable spot. Should be enough for a first down. And it is. So Prairie View leading 45-17 here on the road. Homecoming for the Golden Lions, but Prairie View is running away with it, leading big. And they're looking for more as they're in the UAPB red zone at the 17-yard line. Lovelock, look at a busted play there, but he's still able to get some yardage and fall forward and pick up about 5 yards. Like he was trying to hand it off and there was no one to hand it to, and he just kind of kept it himself and worked his way up for a gain of 5.
Yeah, you're right about that. It looks like Prairie View now is, I don't know, with the injections of Givens, and it seems like it's kind of disrupted Prairie View's offense here in the last 2 or 3 plays.
So 2nd down and 5 coming up for the Panthers. They're a little quick to the line of scrimmage. They'll pitch it out wide to Lockett. Flag is thrown as Lockett gets to about the 12. Just a short gain on the play. It was designed after a long huddle. Everyone raced to the line of scrimmage and then quick pitch right. And that's going to be a holding penalty and back up the Panthers. They've had a lot of penalties here today as well. Let's just take a look at the parking lot. Late coming in and early to leave. Right, Carl?
You're right about that. It's going to be, with all that traffic, and of course construction is still going on University Drive, and it's almost like a...
It's going to be nice when they get it finished.
Yeah.
You know how construction is. It seems to take forever. I've never seen fast construction on roadways. As rolling out to his right, Lovelock incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 14 here for Prairie View. 4:33 to go in the third, and the lights are on. It's getting twilight time here in Pine Bluff. Stops the clock at 4:33 to play in the third. 3rd down and 14 from the Golden Lion 22. 3 receivers to the left here, 1 to the right for Lovelock. Hebert has had a monster game, is just to the right of him in the backfield here. Lovelock looking left, now throwing back right to Hebert, and finally an open field tackle. And it looks like 45, Carl. It's Woodard, Gentrell Woodard. Finally, someone made an open field tackle. 1-on-1 with Hebert, and the first time I've said that today.
First time.
No gain. And field goal opportunity here. Chris Barrett, he kicked a short 28-yarder to put Prairie View on top, 3-0 on their first drive of the game. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash, kicked plenty of distance, and it's good. So Barrick knocks in a 38-yard field goal, and 3 more to Prairie View's total. They lead 48-17 now. We'll take a timeout with 3:46 to go in the third, and it's all Prairie View here in Pine Bluff.
I chose UAPB because of their master's and PhD offerings in the aquaculture and fisheries department. Applying what we've learned in the classroom to real-world problems in the field has been most beneficial in the classroom. It's that real-world experience that makes the difference. The entire aquaculture and fisheries department act as mentors here on campus. I feel that it's their goal to help me succeed. While attending another university, I had the opportunity to intern at UAPB in the Lonoke County Fish Diagnostics Lab. The exposures and experiences in that internship led me to transfer to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Upon graduation with my undergraduate's degree in aquaculture and fisheries, I intend to seek a master's degree here at the university. My experience at the university has been a good one. I consider it an honor to be part of a well-established aquaculture and fisheries program that receives national recognition. UAPB is preparing me.
Well, Carl, this is not a whole lot of fun. It's hot in the booth, and it is cold in our hearts. It's 48-17. What's going on out here? Golden Lions have come in with a lot of momentum. That young man dancing up there, he's having a good time. Somebody is.
It hasn't been a good day for the Golden Lions.
I expected a shootout. Looks like the Golden Lions brought a knife to a gunfight. It's been all Prairie View. A nice return here up the right sideline, 43-yard line. King with another nice return, and boy, his upside is big time for UAPB, and we're lucky to have him.
Right about that. He's 5'10", 175 pounds. A redshirt freshman. Tim back at home in St. Louis. He's a musician.
3:39 to go in the third. Golden Lions take over at their own 42. Anderson in trouble, going to throw it at the last second, and Willie Young almost made an awesome one-handed grab, but he had it for just a split second. He needed some bigger hands there. Needed some Larry Fitzgerald hands where anything touches his hands, it's like Velcro, but that would have been a heck of a catch.
But Anderson has targeted Willie Young 4 or 5 times this afternoon, and believe it or not, Young hasn't caught a pass today, and that's unbelievable.
Hand off to Hanley on a little stretch delay there to the left, and just nothing working right now. Passing game or running game.
Wow, it's another offensive lineman down for the Golden Lions.
And 71, I believe.
That's Reagan. Trayvon Reagan. He's a kid we talked about.
IHOP.
Yeah. He went in. I'm thinking about Terrence. I think about Terrence Knight, who's a center. But Reagan is a kid that came in. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's out of Phoenix, Arizona, went to Betty Fairfax High School. In high school, he was a 3-sport athlete. He was a shot putter, the track. He was a very fine wrestler and football player. You're talking about a kid that has a lot of raw talent. And the defensive coach said that really, when you talk to Coach Coleman, that he's ahead of his game. He has a cousin of Devon Carr, who plays the Tampa Bay Bucks in the NFL. So we've had the center to go down. Tawdry Paplin. Now Reagan is out of the ball game. But one thing that UAPB has, UAPB has a very nice supply of offensive linemen.
They'll throw a screen here and making one man miss is Hanley. He's got something set up here at midfield. Cuts back at the 40, 35, 30, and down to the 29. And Brian Hanley showing what he can do in the open field, and he is very dangerous as well. And he's another guy, not big in stature, but he's hard to bring down. Very strong lower body.
Yeah, that's like I said, he's 5'9", 190 pounds, a junior out of Monticello High School there down in Southeast Arkansas, and he had a terrific football career with the Billies at Monticello High.
Gonna throw it here on first down and going down to a knee to make a 5-yard catch. Monte King spot him down to 25, so a gain of 4. 2.5 to play in the third. Prairie View leading 48-17. Gold Lions driving. They were driving on the last possession down here, or 2 possessions ago rather. Ferguson fumbled the football, and Prairie View made them pay for that. Going up top, ball tipped and incomplete. Ferguson got a hand on it. Almost looked like it was intended for King over there.
Yeah, it looks like it was because he had 2 receivers at the same area. But Tim, we talked earlier in the broadcast about those redshirt freshman cornerbacks that Prairie View's got, and they've done a pretty decent job today because I can't think of too many cornerbacks in this conference that have shut out Willie Young for the entire game. And Willie just hasn't called a ball yet.
Hand off, Hanley's got space at the 20, the 15, the 10, and a flag is down. And it's Hanley is going to go down at about the 5.
Luke's coming back.
Yeah, it's too bad. That was a game. 20 yards.
Terrence Knight in the center.
So that nullifies a gain of 20 for Hanley.
I'm going to say that Hanley held the outside linebacker. Same as Paul. Bryant. Never heard of a kid named James Paul. It's all one word.
Oh, you're killing me. In trouble, and they're killing Ben Anderson. My goodness, 4 Panthers swarm him under. A loss all the way back at the 45, and that is sack number 8 of the day for Prairie View A&M, and I still don't know how in the world Alcorn State scored 77 points against this Prairie View team, because this looks like a totally different defense out here than what they've shown this season.
Speaking of Alcorn State, that's UAPB's next opponent down in Roland, Mississippi.
They've had some kind of year. Little rugby style, they may go for it. My goodness, you got to kick it because it's 4th and about 30, and they're going to roll it dead. It actually turns out pretty good down about the 7, but he ran over there like he was just going to run with it. But my goodness, he didn't have to pick up 5 yards. He had to pick up over 30 yards. So he knew he was going to have to kick that ball, and it worked out pretty good. End result.
He got scared there for a minute.
I mean, he could have ripped off a 25-yard gain and still been 10 yards shy of the first down. So he had to kick it. 50 seconds remaining here in the third, and it was pretty close. I mean, even at halftime, you still felt pretty much into the ball game. It was 24-10. All of a sudden, you give up 3 touchdowns in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Now you look up, it's a 48-17 ball game, and it's lights out. Getting to the edge here, Lockett breaks free, 25-30, and Jared Turner got an arm on him and tripped him up before Kyle Walker came in to finish him off. But a gain of 32 on that carry for Lockett, and just like that, they dig themselves out of a hole, and they're at the 40-yard line with great field position again. Hand off This time it's going to be a loss on the play. Yes. Trying to get that number there. His front of his jersey's so bunched up in his pads. It's hard to tell if that's 99 or 93. You just can't read his number at all. He's got it all jacked up there in the front and the back of his jersey.
Some of the guys, those jerseys, those UAPB jersey numbers are really hard to see.
Well, that is the end of the third quarter. Mercifully, no mas. 48-17. Panthers explode in the third quarter and blow this game open. As we head to the fourth quarter, Prairie View up big against the Golden Lions.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just, please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Tim Stubbs and Carl Wimper as we are set to start the fourth quarter. Prairie View is taking control of this game. Massive 24 at halftime. They scored 24 in the third, doubling their score. Outscoring UAPB 24-7 in that third quarter. It's a two-touchdown game already at halftime. You still felt you were in it. All of a sudden, the knockout punch. And again, it's that dreadful third quarter that just dooms. Yeah, it just
all season long.
It did them in big time here today. They dug themselves a huge hole. Swing pass out to the right, and getting up to the 43-yard line from Prairie View was Gabe Dunman. About 3 on the play.
We kept talking about the market there when it came across from the other side of the field and coming in and make their tackle.
Lovelock's pointing back at him like he was the band director there, and then he finally stopped. 14-12 to play here in the fourth. Now it stops and play. The play clock ran out, and they get a timeout. They did get a timeout just before the play clock expired. Just another delay. This game has taken, it's been a lengthy ball game here today. Just not a real smooth flow to it.
Well, Lovelock was frustrated just then because he turned around and really adjusted to the band because he was ready when they broke the huddle to pretty much get the play out, but he just couldn't hear from the band.
14:08 to go in this one, and Prairie View leading 48-17. They actually turned the arrow. Or is it just getting clear? We got a mini window here at the top. It's maybe just a few streams of air have made its way into. I think we were sabotaged by Shelley, actually. She loves the heat. Yeah. So a little bit of a break here. Take a look at some of these numbers. Well, he's got 17 attempts for 96 yards, but his net is only 33. He's got 63 yards and losses. That's because of those 8 sacks and then a couple of bad snaps, too, where he's had to go backwards and just jump on it. It's pretty wild. And throwing, he's only 10 of 24 for 128 yards. Gonna throw it here. Lovelock on second down at 8. And man, it's complete. It's locking. UAPB territory at 43. And take a look at Hebert's day. He's got 106 yards on just 11 carries. There's 10 yards a carry, and then he's also got 3 catches, and 2 of those were for touchdowns. So Lovelock is 20 of 31 for 329 and 4 touchdowns, and that's a pretty good quarterback rating. Here on 1st and 10, they'll run the draw play. Lockett, nice cut back at the 40, still on his feet. 1st down yardage to the 30, and let's see if he stepped out of bounds or not. He didn't. Well, that was nice as he finally ran out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. That was a heck of a run there. He's been impressive here today as well, as that's just his 8th carry of the ball game, but he's over 50 yards rushing.
He put a move on the linebacker, outside linebacker, Kyle Walker there. And Kyle standing in his tracks. And like I said, those running backs at Prairie View are pretty shifty.
1st down and 10 from the 24 now. Quick strike. It's caught, a gain of about 8 or 9. That pass was complete to Hardaway. Duncan is down.
See, this homecoming game, being Anderson's senior year, is not going to be one that he wants to remember. This is not one of his better outings. I'd say, through 3 quarters. Probably shutting down 43 yards and passing. Venus completed 6 of 17 balls.
Duncan shaking up a play here. He is going to walk off on his own power, so that's good.
Duncan is a 6'2", 220-pound linebacker out of Southfield High School here in Southfield, Michigan, which is in the suburb of Detroit. He had an outstanding game last season against Prairie View. He was named SWAC defensive player of the week. He had 17 tackles against Prairie View. I saw action in every game last season. He has a bright future here today.
2nd down and 2 here for Prairie View. On the 17-yard line, going up top, right side of the end zone. Touchdown, but a flag.
That might be offensive pass.
Yeah, I believe it is. They never signaled touchdown, which makes you believe. I guess he could have signaled touchdown also, because it was called for a touchdown, but it's going to be offensive pass interference on the receiver who caught the pass, which was that 88? Jordan Bilbo.
You get the bump chest with another receiver.
He had already celebrated the touchdown, and they're going to not give it to him. So
but he took that left hand, excuse me, Tim, he took that left hand and pushed the cornerback, David White.
Makes it 2nd down and about 16 here from the 32. Ball tipped and almost picked off. They tried to throw a little swing pass out of the backfield. It was broken up by John Trail Lockett. Bring up 3rd down and about 17 from the 32 here. 12:23 to go in the ball game. Prairie View A&M leading 48-17. They have the football at the 32-yard line, 3rd and 17 at the goal line, 32. Shotgun snap over the middle and picked off. Rucker Jr. picks it off at the 10. He's got some running room over the 20, 25, 40, 50, up the left sideline, looking to cut it up here at the 25 and still on his feet. And Rucker is finally going to go down at the 18-yard line of Prairie View. He was going for Petrie again over the middle, and that one sailed a bit on Lovelock, and Rucker made a nice interception and a fantastic return all the way down to the Prairie View 18.
He's out of Idabel High School there in Idabel, Oklahoma. You know, he's a free safety, 5'11", 195 pounds, and he's a redshirt junior. I'll tell you what, Tim, he's one of the smartest kids on the defensive side of the ball player. His first 2 years at UAPB, he was a special teams key performer there.
12:03 to go here on first down. Handoff, Hanley right side, down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought Ricker Jr. was going to take it to the house.
He was trying to.
He needed one more block.
Yeah, he was reversing field and cutting it up and back. He ran a long ways. But an outstanding play by Rucker Jr. Second down and 7. Fake the handoff. And it's going to be Ben Anderson taken down at about the 14, maybe the 13-yard line, and bring up third down at about 5 here. So you call it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, we call this name quite a bit there. James Paul Brand, the defensive end for Prairie View. He's a redshirt sophomore. I think UAPB is in 4-down territory because it's no point you're going to make it on 4th, 3rd down. Field goal's not going to do very much good.
Well, at this point, sad to say, a touchdown is not going to do you a whole lot of good, to be honest with you. As a low pass, a little slant, and they say he caught it or it hit the ground. Okay, so
Ben has been very sharp on his passes today.
He's been off a little bit, and that's surprising because he's usually a very accurate passer. 4th down and 4 coming up here, and 10:46 to play. 48-17 is the score.
And Willie Young is doing one-on-one coverage at the top of your radio dial out there.
Press coverage, they're right on him.
Yeah, sorry, down the bottom of your radio dial. He's got that one-on-one coverage in. This is part of the field at UAPB.
Going back with the same play, and this ball is thrown around the knees here, and a little slant and incomplete. Looking that time for John Hawkins, and it was thrown a bit low. But sometimes on those little slants, you do have to kind of throw it a little low, but he zipped it in there, and Hawkins couldn't get his hands on it before it hit off his knee or thigh pads, and incomplete. So a missed opportunity there. 10:42 to go. Prairie View A&M will take over on downs here at their on 13-yard line. You see a lot of cars following up, a lot of tail lights, but nobody's going anywhere. And it's going to be deep getting out of here.
Traffic's going to be murderous going on University Drive.
Yeah, no question. New quarterback in, and it runs a little quarterback design keeper off the left side up to the 19-yard line. And for the Prairie View A&M Panthers, Christian Russo, redshirt sophomore, 6'3", 188 out of Miami, Florida.
Yeah, I was wondering earlier, Tim, in terms of Lovelock being starting quarterback and some of those other running backs and skilled players, the game pretty much out of reach. Why risk an injury and keep them in the ball game?
Hand off and maybe a loss in the play. Good job up front. Home line defense, they're still fired up and playing hard down there. Some cars finally moving forward. It's going to be a lot of bump and go coverage getting out of there.
Believe the parking lot is not a full tank of gas.
Oh, no kidding. If you're, if you're running low on petrol,
like I am,
you may have your flashers on and get some help before you get to Simmons Bank down the street here. So 9:20 and counting in this one. 48-17, and it's all Prairie View as they are call a timeout. We've seen that so many times today. Teams having to call a timeout with the play clock running down.
Yeah, right about there. This game is approaching 1 minute from being 3 hours.
Still got 9:15 left in the fourth.
9:15 in the game.
It has been a very long game. With all the penalties and both teams thrown it wide, the clock stops wide. We've had a lot of injuries injured players. Both teams have been calling all their timeouts. So, and we'll welcome our guest in here in just a second. We'll get you a mic set up as Calvin Booker comes in to save the day, because we hadn't had a whole lot to talk about, to be honest with you. Let me get you set up here with the... Now, you may not be able to hear us, but we can hear you. So, but we're close enough where we turn you up here, Mr. Booker. All right, well, it's good to have you here. It's 3rd and 4 as Lockett reverses field here. He's at the 20, lowers his shoulder, close to first down yardage, and that will move the chains for Prairie View. I'll let you introduce our special guest here, Carl Wimper.
Well, Tim's young man I really admire is Calvin Booker, who's a 79 UAPB graduate, who's I guess you're the outgoing National Alumni Association president. Calvin's been a nice run, 2-3 years, 2 terms. Okay, let me see. Got it up.
Here, let me test your mic here. There we go. I think we can hear him now.
Okay, test it.
Yes, I got you.
We had an opportunity to serve 2 more terms. It's been a great opportunity. We had a great time and serving the alumni of the National Alumni President. Really enjoyed every single day.
Well, no, Calvin, during your administration as national president, I think the Alumni Association as a whole, you keep preaching in all your speeches, those 17,000, 18,000 graduates out there, and those are, that can be a loud voice for UAPB.
First down and 10 here for, or it says first and 10 on the scoreboard. It's actually 2nd down. Faking the handoff. Russo's going to keep it this time as he's hit hard. Ball comes out the tail end of that play at about the 32. We'll see if the goal lines had a chance to get that. And they did. That's the 3rd fumble recovery of the day, and an interception as well, but they've not taken advantage of their opportunities. And Prairie View has made the goal lines pay everything. 7:55 to go here in the 4th quarter. Homecoming 48-17. Prairie View having their way with the goal lines here on this afternoon. Calvin Booker joining us here in the booth, and
It's 17,000 alumni. We need to find a way to feel the stands up for all the athletes to get involved in this institution around the country. And most of those people are in Arkansas.
Here on first down, Anderson going to throw it over the middle. Got a man, Ferguson, taken down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. It's going to be a goal line first down. That's fine. You can keep talking, and I'll fill everyone in as it goes. But here on first down, Anderson looking right, rolling, completing, and Shea, Shea falls down and gives the 2nd down.
Yeah, when you talk about financial standing, the alumni, the funds generated has increased over the last several years.
Here on 2nd down, quick strike left side to Ferguson, makes the catch, but actually maybe lost about a half yard, so bring up 3rd down.
Oh, you'd be surprised when we bring all of our $2 together.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for, trying to to get everybody to participate.
And we talk about your outgoing president, but you still have about another month and a half on the board. I think you come out in December.
December 31st.
Anderson's pass is caught, should set up a first down and goal at about the 3 here. A little slant right side, and with 5:57 to go, the Gold Lions going to try to get back on the scoreboard here.
Well, Kevin, when you step down as president, but you still have some time.
Yeah, I still be on the board through the next president term. I become past president of the board at that time. And we'll still be there. We have our heads in it and making sure that things are going right.
Yeah, Tim, I don't know how he does it, though, but he's vice president of governmental relations with waste management, as we see.
There you go. You can call it.
Yeah.
Touchdown, UAPB.
There you go.
Touchdown, being Anderson.
Our good luck charm. We should have had you up here the whole game.
Every time I see that young man as quarterback, his whole career, there's one play that stays in my mind. Is at Jackson State.
Oh, yeah.
And that finals. I mean, I don't care where I see him. That's the play I remember. I see him 30 years from now. The play I remember. That play at Jackson State.
Yeah, that was one of the ages for sure.
We're talking about Jackson State and Jackson, Mississippi as vice president of governmental relations with waste management. Jackson,
Jackson, very close to the people in Mississippi, and they've done a great job there at Jackson, and the entire state of Mississippi has done great. But it's always good to come home to college, good to see the Golden Lions.
And the extra point is good with 5:39 to go. Randy, just find a safe shot somewhere. We'll keep it here on this break so we can keep Mr. Parker here just for a couple minutes. But 5:39 left. The Lions coming back on the scoreboard is now 48 to 24. But you missed the extra one. There you go. So 48-23 after the missed PAT, and we'll keep it right here as we get set for the kickoff.
Cameron, you followed UAPB ever since you graduated in '79. You've been close to UAPB, and you followed us over the years. You have to be pleased with the accomplishments that the former chancellor said, and what Dr. Alexander is doing.
I'm excited about our university. Very excited.
I know, Captain, you had a big part to play
listen to you guys. I go on the UAPB TV and the radio. I listen to you all the time.
So you're the one.
I'm the one.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
He's stationed in Atlanta. Okay, thanks, Calvin.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for joining us here. Mr. Calvin Booker, of course, always good to have him with us and stopping by here in the booth in the game. He brought us some good luck too. The Gold Lions got a touchdown while he was here with us, and maybe we'll remember that next time too when he comes. We'll have to get him back up here as handoff left side. Hebert is going to be taken down at the 32. That kickoff a moment ago was kicked deep in the end zone as Prairie View had their special team hands unit on. They were thinking the Gold Lions were going to kick an onside kick, and instead they kicked it deep and for a touchback. So Prairie View, after the gain of 7 there, they'll have it here at their own 32, and second down and 3.
That huge homecoming crowd they had in the stand is pretty much fouled out now, but this is the fun time for the alumni and other fans to start the post-game activities and post-game celebration.
Some never stopped from earlier.
And I think it'll be going on to the wee hours of the morning here in Pine Bluff.
Here's Hebert again as he scampers his way up the left side, in and out of traffic. He can do pretty well here on University Drive with his traffic, the way he weaves in and out. This guy has been something else today, but a first down carry for Hebert, and going to see a lot of that here in the final 5 minutes.
And he's limping off the football field, too.
Yeah, you wonder why he's out there. If you take out Lovelock, to me, Hebert is just as valuable as from what I've seen here today.
Right, I just question keeping some of those key starters in there. Panthers got a tall task this week when they go down to Huntsville, Alabama, to play the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M.
Hand off straight ahead, and this time it's Lockett. 45, and that's going to bring up second down at about 5. With 4:15 and counting. And Prairie View leading 48-23. Now the Panthers have yet to score in the fourth quarter, but that 24-point explosion has been for the third quarter, and the 24-7 explosion there, and that's where they have.
Yeah, you're right. Prairie View scored 3 touchdowns on the 3 for 3 on the first 3 possessions to start the third quarter, and they scored 3 touchdowns within a 6-minute frame.
Hand off left side, short gain. About the 47 will be third down, about 3 here. 3:30 and counting.
You see those cars lined up in the parking lot. You see a lot of taillights still. I don't believe traffic is moving.
But I think they're going in reverse, actually. When we're done here, we can take our time getting out of here. It's going to be a while. It's, you know any back ways? You got any tips? But I don't want you to say it live over the air. I don't want nobody to know all of our back roads because we need that to get out of here. I don't think there are any. Unless you got a helicopter that can pick us up over here. It's a first down run by Prairie View. They're on 3rd and short.
Tim, what are your thoughts about the rankings for the championship football top 4 spots?
Well, what do I think about the fact that they have 4 teams now, or who's in it, or I like the fact you have 4. There's the SEC is going to be well represented, obviously, as they should be. But you'll hear a lot about that if there's 2 or 3 SEC teams in there. And there's a night, Lockett with a sweet move at the 30-25 and face masked hard out of bounds. Add 15 more on top of that run, and that's going to be first and goal after this is all done with 2:31 to go. But
Turner. But obviously the #1 team in the country, Mississippi State, the Bulldogs they are doing an outstanding job down in Starkville.
They went from unranked to #1 in the country in 5 weeks. And they're the first team to ever do that in college football history, and that's quite a jump.
They're lurking at number 5 is Alabama.
Yep, and they have a game, I believe, at Alabama coming up. That's not going to be fun for anybody, especially the way Alabama's playing right now. They're that team just sitting back waiting, and they got a big game, Auburn and Alabama also. So that's one thing. The SEC they tend to knock each other off, and so a lot of that's going to play out there. And at the end of the season, here's a handoff straight ahead inside the 10 down to about the 7, and another flag. 2 flags have come in, and these refs are going to have to ice down their arms after the game. They have been busy throwing flags all game.
Petry's been a little chippy, and what Prairie View, in a case like this late in the ball game, you don't want to throw punches and get yourself ejected out of the ball game.
That's the second on Petry. Yes, he's had a really good ball game too. You get ejected, he'd have to sit out some of the next game also. So you got to get some of these guys, some of these playmakers. You should be 2 or 3 deep in your depth chart right now, pretty much on all your positions. If I'm the coach with a big lead like that late in the game, you're only asking for something bad to happen to some of your key players.
Yeah, you're right about that. I wouldn't have any of my frontline players in there because
no way. Too much of a gamble there. It's all risk, no reward. And 2:09 to play, 48-23 Prairie View, and now we got another delay here.
Prairie View only has 10-game schedule, and this is a key ball game for them because after today's game, they'll be 4 and 5 overall, and they have an opportunity next week down in Huntsville to finish the season at 500 with a 5-5 record.
Some of our fans in the crowd still having a good time. Those youngsters have a good time. They might as well not even have a scoreboard there. They're going to come up and show out and have a great time regardless, and that's good to see. So second down and about 15 here. Ball spotted at the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Quarterback keeper right side, Rousseau, tripped up and now stays on his feet and falls forward to the 15. Bring up third down.
Another flag coming in. There's a lot of late hits out for players.
Good gracious. This is the longest game, except for maybe that game at Alabama State because of all the long ESPN TV timeouts that we had. But that's what this has the feel of. It's just been so drawn out.
Back in the 96 football season.
Oh, the longest game since I've been here.
Sorry. Back in the 2005 or 2006 season in Chicago, Soldier Field. We had a 40-minute halftime.
Is that the game that R. Kelly sang the national anthem?
Yeah, he did.
Not Randy Kelly, but the actual singer, R. Kelly. Randy should sing the national anthem here, and we can tell everybody R. Kelly is coming, and this place will be packed, man. They'd be disappointed.
Just drop the Randy and just say R. Kelly.
Hey, there it is. I like it.
That was a big penalty there. A personal foul penalty at Prairie View. This football will push back to the 30-yard line.
So it's third down and forever here. They need a first down at about the 1-yard line. So third and about 29 here. Hand off to Lockett. Lockett, nice cut at the 25 and falls forward to the 17. And wow, one full play just happened and there's no flags on the play.
Yeah.
It seems like that's almost been.
Yeah, Prairie View's going to go for it on fourth down rather than try to come in and kick the field goal. No, they're going to come in and attempt the field goal.
Yeah, they want that half 100 on the score. Just 45 seconds of counting, and they'll have to kick it. They kick it's going to be about 30 seconds left. It's going to be right in the middle of the field, and it'll be about a 34-yard attempt here. They better hurry. Play clock's down to 2. Down to 1. They just snap it.
They
made the field goal, but it's not going to matter because they called a timeout for some reason. I mean, I don't really understand why you're trying to stop the clock. Take the 5 yards. It's going to be a 38-yard field goal. You're already up 48-23. I don't know.
I see the van. The van is moving in now. As soon as the game opens, the officials getting the van. They're carried back to the hotel. I'm just trying to see how they're going to get through this traffic.
Headed to the witness protection program. I wouldn't want to be an official. You know, we're kind of hard on them sometimes, but I can imagine the fans and what they hear, and they're human, and a lot of them do a really good job. Get a few bad apples every once in a while, but they're all trying to do the best. It kind of happens, but I would not want that pressure, for sure.
It'd be tremendous pressure.
Really, the instant replay, you know, it does expose some bad calls, but at least they get them right. I think that takes some pressure and maybe some of those bad phone calls away from the officials at the end of the night. So here's the field goal. And Barrick's kick is good, so 30 seconds left. Barrick knocks it in. We'll take a quick timeout here and come back and wrap this game up. 30 seconds remaining, 51-23 down the score.
Did you go to the schoolyard? Where did you look? We can make a plan somehow. If I just.
He's a smart boy, and he's gonna be okay.
Just okay. Try to call him again.
There's no reception. Everything is down.
Try. I can't. Try already.
Nothing's working.
Well, just
everything's
try.
down.
Do you think he's on his way? Please. Is he okay?
Laura.
Please tell me he's okay.
I need you to calm down.
Why? That's my baby. This is so bad. He's out there by himself.
Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov.
123, our score. Prairie View A&M leading UAPB here at homecoming as we're wrapping it up. Faithful. Still be partying all night long. Having a good time regardless, but I'm sure we felt a lot better with UAPB win. Really expecting them to play better today. Coming in winners two in a row, and Prairie View just took control of this game. 2 touchdowns. They jumped out 17-3, 24-10 at halftime, and then that monster third quarter, they outscored UAPB 24-7. That was pretty much it after that.
You're right about that. It's been, UAPB started the game out with him with a good opening drive and it gained momentum, penetrating the football down the field, and then Fumble cost him mistake. Then Purdy took it over and ran into that.
You don't see many kickoffs that go into the stands.
Yeah.
Good gracious. That's a new kickoff.
Yeah, same kickoff.
That's not very good. That was Cottingham kicked one about 5 rows up into the visitors' bleachers and nearly cleared the black seats at about the 30-yard line. That was very odd looking. He hooked that one like my drive out on the golf course. It's pretty ugly.
The officials are going to make him re-kick it.
Good gracious. They probably only have one football, and they're going to go find the football in the crowd. And it's just what it seems like today. It's been one delay after another here. And 4 still champions. Listen to them for a little bit. Those guys got to be exhausted after a game.
And now after a week.
I mean, yeah, it's no question. They get it in. They work.
Today they did a parade downtown, which was outstanding parade. And Pine Bluff High School won first place in the float parade. They had a beautiful float. And then the band came on to Golden Mile Stadium for a pregame show. And they did the regular halftime show. Now they always do the 5th quarter, so they're. And then there's a band jam or something tonight in the Hyperbuilding. So
good gracious.
Battle of the Bands, love it.
Well, this kick was not much prettier, but at least it stayed in the field of play. And it's hard to tell. Is that Rucker over the 40 to the 43 and taken down there with 17 seconds left? And 3 seconds went off the clock. I think our scorekeeper was ready to get it over with as well, as he let about 3 seconds run off after he was down there, but I'm not going to complain about that one. So at the 43-yard line, and looks like probably one more play unless they start throwing the ball here. 51-23, Prairie View A&M with the big lead as they will win this one here on the road. Play action for Anderson here, going to go over the middle and incomplete. Stops the clock at 9 seconds.
Yeah, you just don't want being end up taking a hit, right? It's going. I guess for 8.9 seconds, we might want to see how
his last homecoming game, and
see how strong his arm is. We might want to try to go to the end zone.
He's He's had a great career here. He'll go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks to wear a UAPB jersey. Going left with it, caught by Ferguson at the 42-yard line of Prairie View with 2 seconds left. They'll stop it with about a second and a half. Yeah, and look who's down. Van Anderson. Boy, you hate to see that. With just a couple of seconds left, we just talked about it. That's the dangers of playing these frontline guys in a lopsided score this late. You'd hate to see something bad happen to him, and he is slow to get up, folks. So that will be his final play for a homecoming game. Now we still have 2 games left in the regular season at Alcorn and then back here against Alabama A&M. So it's not his final home game, but my goodness, you don't want to see him get hurt.
You know, not saying that
he's walking off on his own power, but he'll have to come out for a play, and there's only going to be 1 play left. He receives a nice applause.
From a few fans who are still in the stands, and you know, being he's favoring that right knee, it looks like he's going to be okay, but you know, these defensive players on for Prairie View, you know, you can get a good clean shot on the quarterback, you're going to take it. And that's the danger of keeping in the football game. And I think for this last play, I believe quarterback Marcus Terrell is going to go in. He's the backup quarterback to Ben Anderson. And he's a kid that's 6'3", 190 pounds. He's a redshirt freshman out of Illinois, there in the Chicago area. You know, when you talk about a kid, he's loaded with talent too, Tim. Marcus will probably be the leading quarterback for next season, but Marcus passed for over 6,500 yards and 69 touchdowns in his high school career. He was 25-1 as a starting quarterback for Clemente Monte High School there near the Chicago area.
He'll get a chance here, one final play. Dumps it off here, left side to Hanley at the 30. Still on his feet at the 25, down to the 18, and that's the ball game. So our final score, 51-23. Prairie View A&M wins it over UAPB here at homecoming. And Prairie View came ready to rock and roll here today. And UAPB, well, you know, they were prepared and coming in on a high of winning 2 in a row, but Prairie View was just too much for them here on this Saturday afternoon. Your final thoughts, Carl, on this extremely long football game?
Well, Prairie View came in with a great game plan and executed it, and quarterback Jerry Lovelock. It was a duel of the Ben and Jerry. Not the Ben and Jerry ice cream, but the Ben and Jerry quarterback duel between Ben Anderson and Jerry Lovelock. And Lovelock, I believe, got the better hand of Ben Anderson today. Not one of the better games for Ben Anderson. I think that the early miscue by the goal lines, the fumble, kind of set the tone for the day. This is a situation now where UAPB is going to have to go back to the drawing board and kind of forget about this game and get geared up for a very tough ball game, tough team down in Lawrence, Mississippi. Alcorn State, who put 77 points on this Prairie View football team early in the season.
Yikes.
Yeah.